me talk to you.
The biggest icon in wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me talk to you.
Welcome. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Let Me Talk to You, episode 26. My name is Frankie Fresco, and with me is, today we don't have my brother D Trapio. He actually is under the weather, so unfortunately I don't have my brother next to me, but that doesn't mean we don't go ahead and do the show. We got to keep going on the show, especially when there's drama brewing in, when you got people calling me out. I mean, Frankie Fresco has to respond. There's a reason why I'm getting on, because I have to respond, ladies and gentlemen. That's just me. That's just who I am. I can't go ahead and not respond. Sorry, I'm building it up right now, just playing. But well, I am gonna go ahead and respond to some comments that were made earlier this morning by my good friend Big O. Shout out to Big O and everybody else who tunes into the Big O radio show. Big fan of my friend Big O, and this is just friendly debate talk. You understand me? There's no hard feelings or anything like that. But let me give you guys a quick breakdown of what we're gonna talk about. So the first 10 minutes, we're gonna talk a little bit about NXT. Probably only 5 minutes. There's only something that was really crucial that happened last night that I kind of like enjoyed. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and talk about my response to Big O. If you guys listen to Big O, you guys will hear that earlier this morning, he went ahead and took a little bit of shots at me because of some OTAs about Tua Tagovailoa. And you know me, guys, I gotta respond in a friendly manner, right? If you guys have not heard the video, I will be playing it and breaking it down and letting you guys know what exactly I'm going to respond to and my thoughts and my opinions. And again, guys, I want to be very open because I'm an open book. A lot of the things you're going to hear is all friend talk. You understand me? There's no hostility. I'm not upset at Big O. We're both two professionals. I'm just, I'm actually flattered that he actually addressed it on his show and he is giving me a platform to be able to respond as well. You understand me? I think at the end of the day, it not only helps his platform, but it definitely helps mine. I know a lot of you guys will come in to tune in and see exactly what I'm going to say. So I really do appreciate you guys coming in. After that, we will talk a little bit more about the Miami Dolphins as well. We'll talk about Tua Tagovailoa's contract and should Tua actually sign and play, or if he doesn't get his contract, should he actually not sign and just sit out and just basically wait until he gets the right contract? We'll see. After that, we'll talk a little bit about Miami Heat. We got some stuff we're going to brew up about the Miami Heat. And then finally, we'll end it off with the Florida Panthers. The Panthers are playing right now as we speak. So I'm a little bit heartbroken that I have to be doing the podcast at the same time that the Panthers are playing. But remember, we're only going to go ahead and do the show for maybe about an hour or so. So you guys are not going to miss the whole game. And I really do appreciate you guys coming on my channel and showing me the support. I'm seeing more and more people show up. So I really do appreciate it. And thank you, everybody. I'm seeing you guys come in. Steven, welcome, sir. Memo, what's up, brother? Awesome. Truth, baby. And then no doubt, definitely Big O started off the show with the heat for you, for sure. I know, right? So if he starts the heat with me, I'm not gonna follow in the same path. I'm gonna talk NXT. The show doesn't change for Big O, okay? The show doesn't change for this is Let Me Talk to You. The only problem that feels weird is that my brother's not here. So that's the only reason why it's a little bit like I'm riding solo. So there are gonna be a little bit glitches, some little, hiccups here and there, but I'm gonna break it down to you guys what my opinion is and my response to him, because how are you gonna come at me like that? You feel me? Again, I love you, Big O. And then finally, we'll talk the Florida Panthers, and then we'll talk a little bit about soccer. There might be a guest coming in. I hope he can make it. I have him probably coming in during the Dolphins segment, so I probably will not be riding solo. I don't know if he got my link, but if he did, hopefully, he comes in and he's able to at least show his opinion. I know my friend, he you guys have seen him before. I'll go ahead and mention it. His name is Juan Carlos. He's been on the show a couple times as a guest. I had another friend of mine who I had asked to see if he could swim by this week, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it today. So I think he's going to be coming in next week. So hopefully I have another guest for next week, and hopefully by then my brother's also feeling better. So Josh, I see you as well. What up, Frankie? I wait for Tua contract after the next season. And then also 49ers fan. I feel you, brother. I can watch two things at once, brother. I know, no doubt. That's why I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate it. And guys, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to share. If you can do me a huge favor, please, 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 if you could repost my stream that's on Twitter. That way people can go ahead and see it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. One of the things I've noticed a lot is that when there's drama, people start following you. So it's like funny because all of a sudden now people are like going ahead and like trying to like the last video, it was only like, I think we only had like 5 views when it came to the Twitter, right? And then all of a sudden when I posted the situation of Tua and the whole drama, bro, it blew up, and we're right now at like what, over 75 views. So I'm like, dude. Okay, so yeah, so Juan Carlos, he's gonna come on. He just finished text messaging me, telling me, yeah, I'm tuning in. Just let me know when to enter, and I'll be there. All right, appreciate it, Juan Carlos. What we'll do, man, is I'll try to get you to come in right after the big O response that I'm gonna have, because I don't want you to just sit around and just hear me yap. So at least we'll have you on board. So I'm not riding solo. Hopefully my brother DiTrapio can also at least show a little bit of support. I know he'll probably is gonna go ahead and show up on the chat. So much love to all of you guys and everybody tuning in on Twitter, everybody tuning in on Twitch, everybody just tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. This is, again, this is all, for you guys. Like, I love doing this, and then this is one of the reasons why you know, I started this podcast with my brother, because I wanted to go ahead and bring you guys as much content, as much drama, as much, dolphin talk, heat talk, everything type of talk, right? But I know I'm going to lose some of you guys, but I'm not going to lose you all completely. So just sit tight. Give me like about 5 or 10 minutes. We're going to talk a little about NXT. Only thing we're going to talk about NXT was last night's main event, and that was Shayna Baszler teaming up with Lola Vice. And obviously, if you guys tune into NXT, you will notice that Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice were going to go up against Natalia and her partner. The only situation that happened here is that Natalia ended up finishing Lola Vice. And if you guys don't follow Lola Vice, shout out to Lola Vice, because Lola Vice is from Miami. So she's from Miami, Florida. If you guys don't know too much about her, she used to be in Bellator. So that's how I know about her before she even went into the WWE world. And she basically was doing reels, and she's very well known in the WWE world. But I will say this. One of the funny things that happened was that they had a reel, and the reel was actually very funny between her and Shayna Baszler. And I don't want to show it because I think I'll get copyright for it. But shout out to Lola Vice, because I did go ahead and I reposted it on my stories, and she actually hit me a like. So shout out to you, baby girl. I appreciate you showing me some love. I really do. So thank you so much. And it was funny because she, Lola Vice is the type of girl who likes to go ahead and dance and shake her ass and all that stuff. And then Shayna Baszler is more, she's more of a, more serious type of wrestler. And when they lost, and she went to go help up Lola Vice took a shot at her. She basically just gave her a freaking back kick and knocked Shayna Baszler out. And then she started dancing in front of her. And again, you guys, I wanna see if I could, let me see if at least I could pull up an image of Lola Vice. That way you guys can see who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. But let me, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna at least, I don't want to post the the I don't want to. Should I post it? Whatever. We'll post it. Why not? We'll share it. We'll share it out there. Hold on a second, guys. Let me share you the Lola Vice IG. That was really really good actually, and I'll share it a little bit. Let me see if I can share this with you guys. And so there she is dancing, shaking her booty. That way you could see what. And there's Shayna Baszler. What we'll do is we'll stop it there. That way they don't cut us with any we'll cop it. We'll stop it there. How about that? We'll stop it there. So basically she was shaking her ass, and then all of a sudden Shayna Baszler's in the back, and she's like, yo, bro, like what are you doing? Like shaking her head. And it was really good. So I suggest you guys go check it out. It's a really cool reel, and very well done by both of them. And yes, Lola Vice is a smoke show. Hell yes, she is. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you just saw the video a couple minutes ago, if you just rewind it a little bit, you'll see how good she looks. Props to her. And actually, I've seen her live. I've seen her in person because I saw her at one of the UFC events when Jorge Masvidal fought here in Miami. So, what you see is actually her. Like, that's literally her. Literally. Anyways, long story short, what ended up happening is she ended up turning on Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler all of a sudden grabbed Lola Vice and choked her ass out, which means now for the next NXT pay-per-view, Lola Vice and Shayna Baszler will be meeting one-on-one underground rules. So if you guys don't know what underground rules is, basically kind of like they kind of want to mimic like UFC type of vibes. So they have like a platform, and they all of a sudden just duke it out, and you have like a kind of like a lumberjack match. So if you don't know what a lumberjack match is, you have people around the arena, I guess, or the platform where they're duking it out. The only difference is that they do allow to, come out. They're not like the lumberjacks that throw you back in. So you have the ability to come out. So when you come out, all of a sudden you're duking it out in the crowd and all that stuff, which is pretty funny. So we're gonna get that exciting match now in the next pay-per-view for NXT, which is on June 9th, I believe. That's their next pay-per-view. I believe it's called Battleground. I believe it's called Battleground, if I'm not mistaken. So they will be meeting up in the next pay-per-view, which is actually being held at the UFC Apex Center. So it should be fun. And then on top of that, what's going to happen is we're going to get to see this underground type of fight between these two young ladies. Very, very talented, very exciting. I'm actually excited for Lola Vice because she is literally like, they're focusing and pushing her to make it. So that's why it's so entertaining right now to actually be able to see Lola Vice and Shayna Baszler. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was everything we wanted to talk about when it comes to NXT. I told you it was going to be short. All the other stuff that happened in NXT, we can talk about it next week. I know why you guys are here. And let's keep it real. You guys know why I'm here, right? You guys know that this whole situation was my response to Big O. And hopefully Big O is tuning in. If Big O doesn't tune in, he can catch the replay. Now, he probably not tuning in. He's probably watching the Florida Panthers. So let me go ahead and give you a little bit of the back story behind what happened, right? Because you guys, and let me change my background here. That way you guys can see that we are moving now to the Dolphins segment, right? So let's talk about the Dolphins, right? And let's talk about my response to Big O. So what ended up happening, right, was the Miami Dolphins have an OTAs. There's OTAs going on right now for the Miami Dolphins, right? They had OTAs, voluntary OTAs on Tuesday, right? So when I was on Twitter, I was just wandering around and just looking at stuff, right? I noticed and I was watching the shows, I noticed that Tua Tagovailoa was at not at the voluntary OTAs. And if you guys don't know what OTA stands for, is it's team what is it? OTAs is team activities, something activities like optional team activities, I think is what it stands for. And my apologies. So when I went ahead and I started, right, this was what I reposted. And shout out to Bobby Schaus, I guess is how you say his name. He wrote, Tua won't be at OTAs today because he is supporting former head coach Nick Saban charity golf event. And then he tagged at _ Nick Kelly. So shout out to Nick Kelly as well. So I saw that. I didn't think too much about it. They're voluntary OTAs. They're voluntary team activities that, you don't have to technically go to. So that wasn't a big issue. Then a couple minutes later, right, I went ahead and I posted this. Okay. And I hope you guys can see that. Yeah. Okay. So I posted this. And the situation that happened here was I was just looking at Twitter and I see the Kansas City Chiefs posted QB1 is back on site. And this was on Tuesday. So I went online and I said, hey, the difference between a good QB and greatness. I wish my QB would go to voluntary OTAs. I hashtagged the Dolphins. I wrote, where is Tua? I put a little golf emoji just to piss some of you guys off. Nah. No, well, no, he was literally golfing. So I had to, I had to put the little golf emoji. Then I have Sean, I tagged Big O, and I tagged my brother. So that is what happened. And then all of a sudden, I started getting a little bit of heat. People started coming and getting a little bit upset at me because I was posting about this situation. Now, I'm not gonna go ahead. Actually, you know what? I probably can. Hold on a second. Let me go to. Hold on. Let me take it out for just a split second. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring my messages, but I don't want to bring all the messages. I just want to start off with where we ended up. So I know Big O mentioned my comments, so that's the reason why I'm gonna pull up the messages because I need you guys to see what I wrote to him, right? Because that's how it all started, right? So here's the message board on my right hand side. You can see it right there, and disregard all the other messages here that I have. Obviously, I talked to Josh, I talked to Dougie, I talked to my brother, I have a chat with Stan, uh, and with Chad. So this is what I wrote. I wrote QB1 for the Chiefs attending voluntary practice. That's what I wrote to Big O. Big O replied back and said, and dot 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 dot. Not sure what your point is. So when he said that, what do you guys think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna respond to it, right? Because that's what you would do, respond to when somebody says that. So then that's when I went ahead and I said, oh, priorities, my friend. Even after winning a Super Bowl, the guy, and the guy we're talking about, of course, is Patrick Mahomes, still showing up for voluntary OTAs, whether he does absolutely nothing. He knows he is a leader and knows his presence means more than anything. Tua does not see it that way. The difference between a leader and a sheep. That's what I wrote. And if you look at the bottom, of course, Big O wrote, saw your post. It's complete stupidity on your part. I'm not going to share more of what he said because we kind of went back and forth, but that's more of like what happened, right? That was the main issue that happened between me and Big O when we were talking one on one. So after that, I went ahead and I said, okay, I'm gonna drop it. It's not a big deal. For me, it's whatever. I'm a Dolphins fan. I'm not somebody who is gonna go ahead and you know mm, think too hard about it. I don't care about it. And Josh writes, Patrick Mahomes is a goat. He is a goat, sir. He is a goat. He is the greatness right now, right? That's the difference between greatness and being a very good or great quarterback, right? You have to be able to separate one from the other. That's the honest truth. So what ended up happening was I went ahead and I want to add this. Let me see if I could add this. Let me see. There it is. And we could add this. I'm going to mute him for a second. And there we go. Okay. So let me pause it. So what ended up happening this morning was that I had other prior commitments. I wasn't able to go ahead and tune into the show early on. I was only able to tune in a little bit late. But just because I tuned in a little bit late doesn't mean I'm not. Ooh, my microphone's about to fall down. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to make some room because I hope you guys can still hear me. Yeah, I think you guys can hear me. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I get sometimes when the mic goes out, I hear when the mic is not sounding. So let me know. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can still hear me. I think you guys can still hear me. Anyways, I gotta be careful here. All right, so sorry, I only have a table here with all the stuff, and this is what happens when I'm not with my brother. Stuff starts to crumble and fall. Maybe it's Big O trying to put like different stuff on me, right? That's probably what it is. Okay, cool. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Carlos. All right, so let's go ahead and first and foremost, oh man, let me put this a little bit louder. Okay, first and foremost, I want to clear the airways because I want you guys to know one thing. There is no hostility with me or me addressing this. You understand me? One of the things that, like I was saying earlier, is that me and Big O, um, we've met before. You guys know that I do the podcast with his executive producer, Sean Stanley. So shout out to Sean as well. There's no harm. I don't take anything that he says to me personal. So what I'm gonna go ahead and respond. I hope he doesn't take it personal. I'm not gonna insult him or anything like that. It's just a Dolphin fan talking to another Dolphin fan, right? That's basically what it is. And the only reason I have to respond is because remember, he directed this directly to me. So if you direct something to me and I have my own YouTube channel with my brother, it only makes sense for me to respond, right? So before any of you guys pass judgment and think that there's some hostility or there's some issues or anything like that, I want to make it very, very clear that this is just a friendly debate. This is also just us, talking because we're diehard Dolphin fans. You understand me? And as a sign of appreciation, I have gone ahead and put it down there to make sure you should follow and subscribe Stanley Media House Network, Big Old Radio Show, and of course, Frankie Fresco. So, and that'll be running for a little bit while stuff starts to pile up. Okay. No Doubt says if you take Big O personal when he pops off on you, then the show is not the place for you. Exactly, No Doubt. You have to be able to take the heat because he doesn't sugarcoat stuff. And at the same time, I don't sugarcoat stuff. So that's why I'm responding. You understand me? And I want you guys to hear what he had to say. And I'm gonna be stopping the video because there were some things that were being said. And of course, if we go back to my message, I basically said that Tua Tagovailoa is not a leader. He's more of a sheep, is what I was saying, right? So then, I kind of got big old riled up. And with that being said, he came back at me. So let's go ahead and see what Big O had to say about me. This video is 9 minutes long, so I'm going to be pausing it because, like I said, I'm going to be responding to a lot of things that he's saying. And you guys can agree or disagree with me. It's no harm, no foul, no nothing, right? Like I said, friendly talk. Here we go.
Right direction. Not
Oh, and let me know if you guys can hear. I think you guys should be able to hear.
even Big O can help you know. Yesterday it's funny because we're gonna address the Tua overreaction about not being at OTAs. And Frankie Fresco sends me this embarrassing DM that I'll read to you guys.
Embarrassing.
Here it is. Priorities, my friend. Even after winning a Super Bowl, and he's talking about Mahomes being at OTA, the guy's still showing up for voluntary OTAs, whether he does absolutely nothing. He knows he's a leader, knows his presence means more than anything. Tua does not see it that way. The difference between a leader and a sheep. And so I told them, bro, you're pathetic.
He did tell me that.
And it's typical of some of you fans that you have this utopian idea of what the perfect player is.
Now, when he comes in, he says utopian idea. I don't know how he went that far to say that perfect player. I'm not trying to say he's a perfect player or insinuate that he's a perfect player, but I'm pretty sure in that utopia, there is a golf course.
And actually, the perfect player is Tua, Frankie. Is any of you other idiots out there like Frankie that think that because he missed OTAs yesterday, he's not a leader? He's out there trying to improve himself. This is the guy that busted his hip and in 10 months was ready to play for a coach that didn't want him. Okay? For a coach that hated him. And he never pointed fingers at the coach. That's a leader there, Frankie.
Okay. Let's stop it there. Let's address the first thing that he said. He went ahead and he said that Tua Tagovailoa went ahead and recovered in 10 months from a hit injury, right? And that he came back and had to play for Brian Flores and a coach that did not like him, a coach that didn't appreciate him, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And that's a leader. Okay. My response to that, Big O, is Tua Tagovailoa got drafted. He got drafted by the Miami Dolphins. He didn't get drafted by Brian Flores. Tua Tagovailoa has an obligation when you sign a contract to come into work, just like all of us. You know, when you go and if you're an independent contractor, you sign a contract and you basically are committed to that job, that objective, right? You sign a contract, you're going to go ahead and do it because that's what you get paid for. If you have your 9 to 5 job, you sign a contract or you signed an agreement saying that you're going to work for that company, right? Again, Tua Tagovailoa signed a contract with the Miami Dolphins because he got drafted by the Miami Dolphins. It is his priority to go out there and play. Now, is that a sign of a leadership? I mean, there's thousands of players that go out there, try to do their best to recover, and they still go out there and they actually play. Some of them hold out because they're not ready. How is that related to being a leader? Because he came out of an injury and went out there and played for a coach that didn't want him? That's a sign of a leader? I mean, I don't see it as a sign of a leader. I actually see it more of that's his obligation. That's what he signed for. Tell me if I agree, if you guys agree or disagree with me. Tua Tagovailoa got signed to be the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. He suffered an injury. He had to come back and play. That's what he gets paid for. That doesn't mean that he's a leader because he came from an injury ahead of schedule. People have different injuries. People recover in different manners. He could have taken a whole year. I don't see how in God's green earth that's a sign of leadership. Let's continue, right?
And by the way, his commitment, you know what it is? When you haven't proven anything, you work your ass off. He didn't have to fix the hip to play football. He probably could have made money and lived a good life, you know, because he's a smart guy. He could have gotten a regular job, moved on, maybe do some announcing or something on the college level or something like that.
Okay, let's stop it there. And again, guys, if you want to chit chat on if you want to post your opinion on the chat board, let me know. For all you guys listening on Twitter or on X, please make your way over to YouTube. You're more than welcome to also go ahead and post your opinion. And I see Carlos is putting up some stuff. Carlos writes, look at Brady. Look what he did in Tampa. In just 2 years, Dolphins been how long trying to make it to the Super Bowl? Yeah, it's been 52 years since the Dolphins made it to the Super Bowl, sir. That's how long it's been. And you'll listen to my rap and you'll see why in God's green earth I was going after not only Tua, but going back to Big O. Notice that he mentioned about commitment, man. Now you guys saw that I posted the message up board, right, of what I had informed them. And I'll repeat it again to you guys. Oh, priorities, my friend. Even after winning a Super Bowl, the guy's still showing up for voluntary OTAs, whether he does absolutely nothing. He knows he is a leader and knows his presence means more than anything. Tua does not see it that way. The difference between a leader and a sheep. I know Big O likes to poke the bear and like to poke fun at people, but he always criticizes us saying, hey, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Where in that statement did I say anything about commitment? All I said was about his leadership. I'm not questioning Tua's commitment. I'm questioning his leadership. There's a difference between leadership and commitment. So, Big O, I'm returning the favor to you, sir. Before you go ahead and respond to me, listen to what I'm asking you or I'm informing you before you go ahead and tell me, Frankie, commitment topics. I didn't talk about commitment. I talked about leadership. Let's keep going.
Heisman Trophy, this, that, whatever. Walk away, enjoy himself, and move around, and no, but he loves football, so he busted his ass 10 months to get back in to play in the NFL.
Okay, and with that particular comment, I agree with you 100%, Big O. I'm not saying that Tua's not committed. He's committed to football. He loves football. But there's a difference between commitment to football and commitment to the Dolphins. That's the difference. You have to be able to distinguish one from the other, right? Because he worked his ass off to get back on the field. Why did he work his ass off to get on the field? Because he wants to play. I'm pretty sure if he was at another team, he would do the exact same thing because he loves football. Is that a sign of leadership? Because he is actually going ahead and getting himself ready and trying to prepare himself to try to be the best quarterback out there? No, that's just him putting the effort and the time on himself, on his body, in order for him to be able to go out there on the field and try to perform as best as he can. That's not a sign of leadership. That's just him working on himself, trying to get there, trying to push himself to be the best quarterback out there, right? Because that's probably what he's trying to do. He's trying to be the best quarterback in the NFL. That's his whole goal. Because at the end of the day, what do you want to do? You want to win. If you don't win, you're last. If you're not first, you're last. That's the way it works. Ricky Bobby, baby. Ricky Bobby. So I agree with you. He busted his ass trying to get back together and everything, but that doesn't mean that that's a sign of leadership. I agree with you 100%. He's committed. He's committed to his body. He's committed to him working out. He's committed to him to go ahead and do the best that he can in order for him to be the best health, the best possible quarterback on the field. Kudos to Tua, and very admirable. Let's keep going.
And to play behind Jesse Davis and get killed, not point any fingers because he's a winner.
Okay. So here's the other thing that he did mention, if you caught it a little bit earlier, was the fact that he went ahead and he said that he doesn't point any fingers, that not to point any fingers because he's a winner. You're telling me because somebody points out fingers, you're not a winner? I mean, there's a difference. I think the real reason why Tua never pointed any fingers to anybody or pointed any fingers to his coach, Brian Flores, for that matter, is because we all know that Tua is not the type of guy who likes to have conflict. We've all realized that. We all noticed it. We've heard it. Come on, man. We're Dolphin fans. We all hear this every day in and day out. This is not something new. This is all the same shit. It's always been the same shit. He's not a very conflicting person, and that's cool. Everybody's different. Some people don't want to argue. Some people do. It just depends on your type of person that you are. So what's wrong with pointing fingers? As a matter of fact, everybody's different, dude. There's a lot of people out there that actually perform even better when you point to their discrepancies or their issues or give them constructive criticism. Obviously, everybody's different. You're going to have some people who might not take it the right way. You might have people who might even digress even more. But just because you're not pointing fingers at somebody does not make you a leader. As a matter of fact, one of the best attributes to being a leader is calling people out, because you want to get the most out of that person. You could control yourself, like what Tua is doing, working on his body, working on his weight, working on his mechanics. But you don't know if he's going to get that from, I don't know, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Braxton Berrios, Devon Achane. You don't know. So one of the signs of leadership is actually calling people out. And you should call people out. Why? Because it's either going to get a reaction from somebody. You're either going to get somebody who's going to go ahead and say, shit, you know what? You're right, man. Damn, I need to get this shit together. Or two, you're going to get somebody who's going to be like, nah, man, screw this guy. I don't like this guy. Get the hell out of here. You're going to get one or two. You're going to get a reaction no matter what. But at least you're going to get some type of reaction. That's one of the attributes or one of the areas that Mr. Tua Tagovailoa needs to work on, in my opinion. I think he needs to be more outspoken. And I know Big O has mentioned it before. He's like, oh, Tua is not that type of person and all this stuff. Look, man, before, when I was a jit, when I was like 21, 22 years old, because I'm not that young anymore. I used to be afraid to be in front of a crowd. I used to be the person shitting in my pants saying, what the hell? I can't even talk to people because I was afraid of what people are going to say or how I sound or if I have an accent or if I sound stupid. Now, look what I'm doing with my brother. I have a podcast. Look what I do on the side. I'm a DJ. I get in front of crowds. I've been in front of crowds of over 2,000 people DJing in front of people, talking on the mic. Because not only do I DJ, I MC. What happened to me? I changed for the better. That's who I am. And at the end of the day, I could give 10 flying Fs what people think about me. I'm going to say what's in my mind and what's in my opinion. Some people are going to agree with me, some people are not. But it is what it is. That's the way I roll. That's the way I am. And there's nothing wrong with that. So when you come in, you tell me, hey, Tua's not the type of person. He's not very spoken. He's not out loud and all that stuff. You want to know something? Tua, change, my friend. Change. The same way you improve in your mechanics, the same way you have to change the way you go ahead and talk to other people. Maybe you do need to go one of these days and say to your wide receivers or your offensive line, yo, with all due respect, and I'm going to be cursing a lot. Fuck, protect me. Fuck, get open. Dude, I just threw you a fucking ball. Why are you running the wrong route, Chase Edmonds? Why are you running the wrong route, Tyreek Hill? What's wrong with calling people out? Because you're going to get a reaction from it, whether it's positive or negative. It doesn't matter. At least you're getting a reaction. I'd rather get a reaction than go ahead and have a losing season. Or once again, get eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. But we'll get to that. Let's keep going.
You know, a leader plays with broken ribs, Frankie. A leader plays with broken ribs and a fractured finger and is still completing a 50-yard floater downfield to Waddle. A leader is on fourth down. He's, knifing through two defenders in New England for a fourth down and a touchdown, a clutch win, which, of course, people don't ever remember shit like that because people like you, Frankie, are worried about some fucking stupid, useless OTA that, by the way...
Oh, before we go there, because I know where he's going with this. All right. So he said that a leader is somebody that goes out there and plays with broken ribs, broken thumb, throws a 50-yard pass, leads the team to, I guess, a victory on against New England that day. Oh, that's his job. His job is to go out there and perform. How is that a sign of leadership? That is not a sign of leadership. As a matter of fact, there's been situations where Tua Tagovailoa has actually been hurt. And I could honestly go ahead and say, hey, look, drop the link, please. What do you mean drop the link? You want me to drop the link to what? To share the stream? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Or for you to come on board? Let me know. Let me know if you guys want to, if one of you guys wants to chit chat with me and wants to come on board. And what's up, Cap? I know I see you. I hope you're watching. So going back to this, oh, you want to jump on board? All right, do me a favor. Send me a message on Twitter with your email, and I'll add you on in just a couple minutes. I'll add you on. What happened here? All right, send me a message. If any of you guys wants to drop and chat in as well, just come on board. Send me a message through my Twitter, and my Twitter, that way you guys know it's Fresco Music, which is the same thing as what you see right here. So this is my X account. So go on X, send me a private message, and I'll go ahead and add you to the conversation. I'll shoot you the link. Just send me your email, that way I could send you the link. All right, so you want to go ahead and ask and tell me and say, hey, look, you have to go out there and perform. A guy who goes out there and performs with broken ribs and dude, that's not a sign of leadership. That's your job. That's your objective. That's what you get paid for, dude. I mean, there's plenty of other football players that have gone out there with freaking broken ribs, with freaking concussions, with everything you could think of, who has gone out there and played their ass off. And what I was trying to make a point was, if you're going to go ahead and say, hey, he's making that ability to come and play, I could even go as far as to say it could be a detriment to the Miami Dolphins. Why? Because if Tua Tagovailoa is not healthy, we could lose a game. Oh, guess what? That happened. When did that happen? When we played the Green Bay Packers 2 years ago, when he was concussed and his crazy ass said, no, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. and I'm gonna go ahead and keep playing. So, is it really a sign of leadership because you go out there and you actually play hurt? There's plenty of players out there that have gotten hurt. There's plenty of players that make that commitment to go over there. I don't do social media. Cap, do me a favor, man. I'm trying to think another way. Um because I don't want to drop my phone number on here. Um any other way you could send me a message? Any other way? Any other damn Cap freak. Do me a favor. Can you send me a message through YouTube? If you could send me a message through YouTube, let me know. Can you send me a message through YouTube? I don't think you can. Damn, dude. The only way I could, it's just I don't want to drop my phone number because I don't want people calling me, bro. I don't want people calling me and blowing up my phone number and be like, "Yo, what's up with you, Frankie?" I don't want that. You know what? All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see if I could drop the link. Hold on. This is what I'll do. As a matter of fact, it won't matter. I could just drop the link on the chat board. Hold on, guys. Hold on. There you go. I dropped it out there. I dropped the link. So if you guys want to jump on board, let me know. All right. So what I was trying to say is, how is that a detriment? How could that could be a detriment to the team? Playing a player that is hurt. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on. Just saying. Oh, Cap for life is in the building. I can see you. Cap, okay. Cap, I'm gonna bring you on board. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring you here. Oh, Cap showing some video out there. Cap, do me a favor. Let me know when you're ready on the chat. Just send me a message on the chat board when you're ready, and I'll drop you in as well. Okay. So let's continue with what he was saying. Let's continue.
An OTA that Tyreek, Waddle, Odell, Mostert, Jonnu, Jalen, Sealer, Fuller, and Shaq also missed.
Okay. So it's obvious that you're calling me out on all those guys. And I'm going to tell you something. Maybe what's happening here too is that Big O doesn't look at my Twitter, which I perfectly understand. Who would want to look at my Twitter? I'm just, I'm like, in Spanish, there's a dicho. It says, yo soy un moco pegado en la pared. I'm just a booger stuck on the wall. Nobody gives a crap about me, right? Nobody cares about Frankie Fresco. I'm just there talking crap, right? He's just another Dolphin fan who is butt hurt at Tua, and it is what it is, right? That's just how it is, right? So let me show you guys something. So let me share this. Okay, there we go. So before I tell you why I have the repost of the Los Angeles Chargers and all that, I'll give you a reason. But look what I wrote here. I wrote, shake my head. This also hurts being a Dolphin fan. And it was replying to David Furones. If you guys know who David Furones is, he's an insider for the Miami Dolphins. If you click on it, right, and we scroll up, oh my God, there is what Big O is talking about. Among the Dolphins not seen participating in Tuesday's voluntary OTA sessions, here you go. You got all of them. And he also even said Teron Armstead didn't even go. I read this, and that's what I wrote. And what I'm going to go ahead and say is, hey, you want to know something? Yes, I picked on Tua. Yes, I went ahead and said, hey, Tua is the one that didn't go ahead and do that. But just because I picked on Tua doesn't mean I'm not criticizing the rest of the other people. I went ahead and did it. And you want to know something? Shame on those guys if they didn't go ahead and participate on the voluntary OTAs, with one exception. If they had a valid reason why not to show up. Look, I'm also a human. I'm also a person just like all of us. We all have life. And Big O mentions that. I'm not going to criticize Tua if he was with his family, if he had to go pick up his kids, I don't know, from daycare, or if any of these guys had stuff to do, obligations. We all have family, man. Thankfully, myself right now, I don't. But I still have my family. I still have my mom, my dad. And for one thing for sure, priority is priority. My family comes first. Look, my brother hit me up telling me, yo, I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm sick. Do you see me going ahead? Nick, you have to come, bro. You have to come. No, because that's blood. That's my family. Now, I don't know the reasons why the other guys did not show up. If they're just sitting their asses at home not doing shit, then you know what? Shame on them as well. And that goes on them as well. I don't agree with that. those guys should be out there as well. And I'm going to tell you why. Hold on a second. I want to see what Chad says. And Cap, don't forget to let me know when you want me to bring you in. Frankie, that don't need to justify why they weren't there. As McDaniel said, they were aware of the event. Okay. All right, Chad. And thank you for mentioning that, because I wanted to go ahead and talk about that. The only guy that we apparently heard, or at least that I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't, again, I haven't, is the fact that Tua was the only one that was at the one that was informed that he was playing golf, right? He was the only one that we heard about this. And Mike McDaniel said, yeah, that's fine. He told us about it. It's all good. It's all good. And that's where I go to the topic of the podcast. Are the Finns too lenient with their players? Why in God's green earth am I being so picky with a voluntary OTA? You want to know why I'm being picky, guys? Is because the Miami Dolphins in 52 years have not won a Super Bowl. Call me annoying, call me an asshole, call me whatever you want. It's been 52 years since the Miami Dolphins have not won a Super Bowl. The Miami Dolphins probably have the most talented roster between last year and this year than in any of the years that I've been watching the Miami Dolphins. So I have the right to complain about the Dolphins. And you want to know something, Chad and Big O and all you guys that don't agree with me? We're Miami Dolphin fans. We have the right to constructive criticize some of these guys because these guys haven't won shit. Have they won a playoff game? No. And I'm not talking only about Tua. I'm talking about all of them. All those that did not show. And if did they go ahead and they say, hey, something, let me just chill and relax and have a good time and all that stuff, because I've already proven myself. What have they proven themselves to us? Because they made it to the playoffs? You want me to be a Miami Dolphin fan that says, hey, hurrah, hurrah, we made it to the playoffs. I was like that the first 2 years. I was the one that looked at the glass half full. But then you want to know what happened, Chad? You want to know what happened, Big O? I started reading this roster, and I started looking at the roster. I started looking at the head coach. I started looking at the defensive coach. I started looking at these players, and I started looking to see how much money they want, how much money they want to get paid, and I started to see their talent. And you want to know something? Guess what? This is the most talented fucking Dolphin team we've had. So you damn right I'm going to go ahead and criticize them for stupid shit just like OTAs, because we haven't won shit. And they're taking this season, last season, for granted. We haven't won shit, guys. We haven't won shit. So yes, you're going to get something from me early on. Why? Because at the end of the season, when we fuck up again, hopefully we don't, but if we fuck up again, then what? Then what Big O is saying, hey, Tua doesn't point fingers, but you know who does point fingers? We do. So does Big O, because Big O has gone ahead and pointed out that Mike McDaniel is the issue of this as well, right? Chad, you're on the chat board. You have gone ahead and pointed out as well. Said, hey, man, we need to work on this. We need to work on that. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. It doesn't matter if you do it at the beginning of the season during a voluntary OTA or if you do it at the end of the freaking season. It's a constructive criticism. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with going ahead and having and holding your team accountable? All of them, including Tua. That's what I'm trying to prove to you guys. I'm tired of it, guys. I'm tired of it because I'm a Dolphin fan. Been a Dolphin fan all my freaking life. I've been told you guys this shit. And what frustrates me is that you guys say, hey, I'm that dumb fan that doesn't go ahead and, see the positive things. For the love of God, there's been 2 positive years. What the hell have we done? Brian Flores had the same freaking record 2 years ago with a shitty ass fucking, with a less talented team. I want perfection. And this team is perfect. Tell me when in God's green earth did you have this amount of receivers? Tell me how many times. Sorry, I'm just looking at the I'm looking at some messages that are being sent to me. Tell me when in God's green earth did you have an offensive line look this good? Tell me when we had like a Teron Armstead. We had something close back in 2016 and we made it to the playoffs. That's all we did, bro. We've never gone over that hump. Never. Let me see what Chad has to say. But I'm saying it's May, bro. If they shit the bed as they always do, then sure. Yes, we can go ahead and shit on them. But, bro, it's May. I get it, Chad. And like you said, some of you guys might go ahead and say, Frankie, you're reaching, bro. You're reaching. And maybe I am. Maybe I am. But you got to understand me, guys. We've been freaking Dolphin fans for how long? And we still don't get what we want. Cap, let me know. Let me know when you're ready, okay? Let me know. Send me a message. Send me a private message. Okay. Send me a private message and I'll add you on board. Because I got your private message last time. So, and I got Josh on the background too. I see you guys. Hold on. I might have to create like a different background because I usually don't have like 4 or 5 guests at one time. So this is actually pretty cool. Or I might just bring you one by one. So, but give me a minute, Josh. I'll bring you on board in just a minute. Do me a favor as well, Josh. Send me a message either on the chat board or send me a message private saying, "Hey, Frankie, I'm ready," and I could bring you on board. Okay. So, am I upset? Do I have a reason to be upset? Of course I do, guys. Of course I do, because I'm a Dolphin fan and I want the Miami Dolphins to win. And you call me frustrated, call me a freaking loser, call me whatever you want, but I have a reason to complain, man. And you know what? This team is taking this shit for granted, dude. That's the problem. We're taking Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, all these guys. If they didn't have a good reason why to miss OTAs, they're taking this shit for granted because every minute counts. Every minute counts. You're telling me not going to the OTAs would not have helped them? Of course it would have, man. It definitely would not have hurt them. Just saying, guys. Let's keep going.
Okay. So I don't know what you think a leader is, but I think a leader is a guy that, hey, the coach doesn't want you around, but then all of a sudden sees Jabroni Brissett struggling and he calls you to come off the bench. And you're not like, hey, bro, why should I come off the bench? You're a dick. You don't want me here. You told me you don't need me. Comes off the bench to bring him back against Baltimore and win. Everything about Tua is leader.
Okay. So he talked about Jacoby Brissett, right? He mentions Jacoby Brissett. Well, sir, I got something to show you, my friend. You want to go ahead and criticize Jacoby Brissett, but check this out. Back in 2017, Jacoby Brissett, who finished the Steelers game after hit to the head, develops concussion symptoms. Jacoby Brissett was in the same freaking predicament back in 2017 with the Indianapolis Colts. He got hit, suffered a concussion, and still stayed out there and played. You want to criticize Jacoby Brissett? You want to go ahead and give? You want me to give Tua kudos? For the love of God, Jacoby Brissett did the exact same thing. He did the exact same thing, guys. Same shit. Same fucking shit. You want to know who's another guy who got injured and didn't go ahead and you want me to give him kudos as well? Let's keep him coming because I did my homework. Here we go. Hopefully this works. Let's take that off. Derek Carr. Guy right here. Derek Carr. What does he do? He went ahead and he admitted he's fractured 3 ribs this year. Painful. Truth after victory. Guys played with broken ribs and everything all season long. Explain that to me. Should I have kudos for him? Derek Carr said he's up to 3 ribs fractured this year. 3. Should I go ahead and give kudos to Tua for going ahead and making it out to the field with a broken rib? This guy went ahead and played with 3 fractured ribs, for the love of God, in 1 year. That's a sign of leadership? This guy's doing it too. You want me to continue? I'll continue, Big O. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and give you another one. Another one. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about, right? Daniel Jones. He's a leader, right? Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones is back, baby. But the risk of another neck injury remains. Daniel Jones will be back on the field for the New York Giants on Sunday afternoon. This was 2023, back in November. Let's go down here. That's a harsh reality. But the 26-year-old quarterback will have to face as he continues his 5th NFL season and returns to the lineup against the Raiders. I guess they were playing the Las Vegas Raiders that time. The neck injury he suffered on October 8th in Miami. Remember, we whooped his ass, right? Remember that? Which he admitted was similar to the one that he had back in 2021, which might never fully go away. Tua Tagovailoa went ahead, and you want me to give him kudos? You want me to give him kudos? Nigga saying that he fucking wants to go ahead and he has to, excuse my language, sorry. He goes and he says that he has to, that's my like upset tone. I apologize. The guy goes and says that he is gonna be suffering with Cap is laughing in the background. I'm sorry, Cap. I'm sorry, guys. You know me. I'm like, dude, I'm just too intense. I'm too intense. You guys feel me what I'm talking about here, bro. You feel me what I'm talking about here. Guy goes and says that he has freaking playing with a messed up neck for the rest of his NFL career. And you want me to give Tua credit? Yeah, okay. All right, my friend. All right, hold on. Let me bring you on board. Let me try to bring you guys on board. I'm going to still try to have big O here. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Let me add you on board, Cap. Let me see what Cap wants. Cap, I got you. Let me know if you have something to say. What's up, brother? Yo, what up, brother?
Oh, my blood pressure, my cholesterol's up, my blood pressure is boiling, but I love it. I love this NFL talk, even if it's OTAs or not real OTAs or whatever you want to call it. We got guys like Lamar Jackson showing up to voluntarily OTAs. You got guys like Josh Allen showing up to voluntarily OTAs. I'm just saying, it's kind of hard to lead from California and Alabama to a bunch of rookies who haven't been in the NFL, who's sweating their asses off in the Miami Heat while you're golfing with the guy who left us to go coach your alma mater. That's not a good look. It's a very sloppy look. I love Big O. I love Orlando. I love you guys. I always try to support everybody. But like he always says too, to us, not everyone's always right. And just because you have a platform and you have a voice, you know, we need that platform and that voice. I do. I love that man. That man, trust me, I've gotten to hell with him and back about Ryan Tannehill and Andrew Luck to the point where it's become tolerable with him. And I respect that he gives me that opportunity without blocking me. I appreciate that. He is Dolphins' home team. But I'm going to tell you one thing. You live in Miami, I live in Miami. I think especially if our ticket season prices are going up and we're not getting back a return in our investment.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. You want to know something, Cap? I'm a loyal Big O listener too. I listen to Big O. Man, I mean, for the love of God, how many times have I gone ahead and done super chats for him? That's because I really, really enjoy his platform. But like you said, my brother, he's not always right.
Yeah, bro. Either. And we're gonna keep supporting him. This is not a bash fest. We're gonna keep supporting him and Sean to the fullest because that's home team.
Hell yeah, man.
But
of course,
man, this is a debate. When you get Big O, that's debating against the best, and you got to bring the best. And I'm not gonna come with my weak game, bro. And he knows that. At this point in time, I respect the fact that he's looking out for Uno, but at the same time, who's gonna look out for the fan base that's been manipulated for 25 years with 5 rebuilds and no AFC championships? Or AFC East championship.
Preach, my brother. Preach. We're fucking season ticket holders for how long? And these guys are going ahead and taking a day off to go play golf? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sorry. I'm cursing. I'm sorry I'm getting upset. But it's the truth, man. This doesn't cut it out for me. This team has the talent. This team has Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, probably 2 of the best tantrums out there. He was saying that Odell Beckham Jr. didn't even come out, and neither did Shaq Lawson. Shame on them. I'm even more pissed at those 2 guys because those guys don't even know the goddamn system. So why in God's green earth are you not even at least showing up your face and going ahead and saying, yo, wait, hold on a second. Let me go check out the Dolphins. And I don't need Tua to be there. I still have to. If you look at that David Furones post, it said there that Jalen Phillips was there. Bradley Chubb was there. Those guys are my favorite players right now because those guys are there. Now, I don't know if they were there because of, they were rehabbing or whatnot, but they were still there, man. And I know it's OTAs. I know it's voluntary. But, bro, come on, man. You want to point fingers at the end of the season? We need to start pointing fingers at the beginning of the goddamn season because 9 out of 10 times, what has the Dolphins always done to us? They've always let us down at the end of the season. So what's the difference between going ahead and pointing it out at the beginning of the season than doing it at the end of the season? You tell me. There's no difference, bro. Same crap. Same crap. I get you. I get you, Cap. And again, I love Big O. Love him to death. I love Sean. I have the show with them, and I'll still support them. But there's nothing wrong with going ahead and having constructive criticism on the team. Not only Tua, but on the team. Cap, let me know. Do you want to say anything else? I still gotta keep addressing this. So I want to get your last words before you head on out. Anything else you want to say? Oh, so Cap went out on that one. But Cap, dude, thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming in. I know we were having, in and out, but I appreciate you coming in on that one. So let me go back for a split second. Go back to this one. Hold on, Josh. I'm gonna bring you on board. Josh, do me a favor because I know you said earlier today. Let me know, Frankie. Let me know. Send me. I'm ready. So, Josh, I'm ready when you are. Okay. Do me a favor, Josh. Send me another message. Just one more that way, because I know I was talking to Cap for Life for a little minute, and I don't know if you had something because I don't see your picture on there. And guys, I'm keeping it real with you guys. This is who I am, and this is what I do, and at the end of the day, you could take it bad or you could take it positive, but I'm a Dolphin fan, man. I love my Dolphins. I would assume that you guys would go ahead and be like, you know what, man? Damn, Frankie really loves the Dolphins. You guys come to my house, and this is not only the Dolphin stuff that you see back here, my friend. I can take you I have a bathroom full of Dolphin stuff. It's a pimped out Dolphin bathroom. My brother can vouch if he comes to the chat board. My brother can vouch. Full Dolphin, pimped out bathroom, bro. Full out. Telling you, Juan Carlos, he's going to be in town a couple months from now. He could vouch for you. Telling you. Let's keep going.
He played with a concussion, Frank.
Oh, he played with a concussion, but Jacoby Brissett didn't play with a concussion. I just proved to you the same crap.
Not just ribs, not just a fractured finger, not with only a coach that can't fucking stand him and didn't want him. He also played with a concussion because we all know he was concussed in that Buffalo game. Oh, no, it was a neck thing. And then he came back and played. That's not a leader. That's not somebody that's willing to sacrifice.
Okay, before I got you, I brought you on board. Let me know when you're ready. I got you on mute, but let me tell you something. There's a point in time in the video that Big O tells me and asks me, "Hey Frankie, do you know the definition of a leader?" And to that I say, yes, I do. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the bottom of my scroll here, right here. Look at it. Leader, the person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. Tell me how in God's green earth is him going ahead and getting better at his health or working on himself the definition of a leader. A leader is somebody who leads or commands a group. That has nothing to do with leadership, what you're saying, bro. I love you, Big O, but it doesn't make any sense. Josh, you want to say something before I continue?
Okay, yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, everybody? What's up, Frankie?
What up, brother?
First time. All right, so yeah, man, I'm a Big O. He sometimes says good, the truth. Sometimes doesn't. Remember, we agree to disagree. But thing is, I mean,
Hold on, Josh. It looks like we're losing you because you're just caught. I can't hear you now.
is a contract, which is not true. I mean, he has his own, like, probably has a family emergency. I know, I get it. He's the leader. He hasn't won shit. He won shit. I almost, to be honest with you, gave up on the Dolphins this past season because, bro, like, tired of losing, bro. Time going in the first round. This team had a lot of talents last year. And I know, but the injuries effed them up. Even 2 years ago, like remember when they play against the Bills?
Mm-hmm.
They play with the third string quarterback. And Josh Moore as the defensive coordinator, that guy was good. I mean, that guy was the best for me. That guy was the FMS better than the guy we got last year.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to say his name anymore because that guy he just came and gave money and that's it left.
Yeah, he did.
That's
He literally did. He fooled me. I'm gonna tell you, he fooled me. I thought
uh,
I was sold on him too.
no, I never liked him. I never liked him. I liked to be honest with you, Josh Boyer over him just because he has my first name, but not Boyer over him because he coached with a lot of guts. And, where he just like hopefully McDaniels. I mean, he needs to stop how do you say kidding around. He needs to be serious because if not, like Big O says, it will be last year because I'm pretty sure everybody will want his head if they don't win anything
Yeah,
this year. Because I think with a lot of talent, I had a friend that's freaking out that like the defense is not gonna be good this year. How do you know? You haven't even seen them play yet this year.
I agree. But
Because like I told him that like stop freaking out. I mean, stop people start freaking out about Tua's thing. But my opinion, I will wait till like after the season to give him that contract because let's just see if he plays the call.
and that's cool, man. That you want to go ahead and wait for the season. That way you can make that call if they're gonna give him a contract or what he wants or whatnot. That's fine. That's respectable. But I'm not gonna go. And again, I'm addressing to what Big O said. What he's telling me is signs of leadership and all this stuff, dude. What he's mentioning on what he's addressing to me is just stuff that a regular quarterback would do, man. There's nothing special about it. This guy is going out there working on himself. Great. He's going out there playing on the field again with a coach that doesn't like him and dislikes him. Whoop-de-doo. That's life. There's plenty of us that have a 9 to 5 job that we work for supervisors that we don't like, but you don't hear us bitching and complaining. That doesn't mean I'm a leader either. I'm just doing my job because that's what I get paid for. That's what Tua gets paid for. So it's
Yeah.
not his examples of leadership, in my opinion, were not the best. And again, it's hard for me to express this to Big O because when you're in the chat, you could say these things, but you can't, you can't write it, and he's not gonna go ahead and read all your comments. So that's one of the reasons why, thankfully now I have a platform with my brother and I'm gonna express it, and there's nothing wrong with us, dude. There's nothing wrong with Tua. There's nothing wrong with Tua. There's a lot of people who like him, dude. I for one want him to succeed. Because in order for the Dolphins to be successful, you need a good quarterback. You don't need a shitty quarterback. So at the end of the day, am I going to be even more harsh on Tua? Absolutely. And I've already mentioned it on the previous episode with my brother. I want them to pay Tua because now if you pay him, there's a bigger hot seat for Tua, which makes even more sense that he needs to deliver and he has to perform. And and if that's the case, if he doesn't perform, then we have now a good reason to get rid of him. Do I want to get rid of him? No, I want him to perform.
I mean, 'cause the thing is that one thing is I don't know if you saw the documentary about Tua. Remember that he went to a bursary. He went to like remember how like a tornado. I mean, it was like COVID. I mean, he didn't have to like he couldn't work out with like he couldn't have his pro day. That shows a lot of guts. Like about him. Because I mean, to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. I was like a Herbert fan.
Mhm.
I was like banging, like the table, like Herbert. But I mean, well, they got to it for a reason, like I mean, he showed a lot of guts. I remember that time that he came with for the Baltimore Ravens. That guy he showed a lot of guts. He's a good quarterback, man. But the thing is that he has to show a little more. I get it, like Big O says. This is one last year was his first playoff game. So
Yeah.
people, you need to like it's come on. So yeah, bro. I mean, hopefully people need to like stop freaking out. Just one, but
I mean, you
but
you
he'll be all right. I hope.
You could tell me that I'm freaking out, but again, I don't think there's any harm in me criticizing him and all those other guys who didn't show up if they didn't have a valid reason. And I don't know why they didn't show up. Maybe they do have a valid reason, but at least I know why Tua didn't show up. And it was because he was going playing golf with Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Out of all people, Nick Saban, the guy who did the Dolphins wrong. And I know that Nick Saban is his buddy and all that stuff. But you're telling me that Nick Saban would have taken offense if Tua said, "Hey, you know what, Nick? Dude, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate the invite, dude. But dude, I really feel like this year the Dolphins, dude, we need a win, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna pass up on the golf this year. I'll swim by next time because I'm pretty sure he's gonna have 20,000 charity events. This is not the only one. So it'll be like, hey, does that mean Nick Saban's gonna be like, Tua, I disown you, my friend. I don't ever want to see you, bro. Don't ever come here, bro. And then Chad says Mahomes missed 2022 start of OTAs. He's not a leader. Mahomes went ahead. You could go ahead and say that he's a leader, but the only reason I could give him a bypass, Chad, is because he's won. If Tua had already won, you're not even hearing me talk about this because he's already proven himself. There's no reason for me to go and criticize you, dude. You won me a Super Bowl. You got me, dude. I'm not even asking Tua to win me a Super Bowl. I'm asking Tua and the Dolphins to get me to the AFC Championship. If I get to the AFC Championship, bro, I'm happy, bro. I'm thrilled, bro. I'm thrilled. That goes to show you how much low standards I am at right now with the Dolphins. That I'm just thrilled. Some of you guys just want them to win a playoff game. So if you have a player that misses an OTA, dude, you get me an AFC. An AFC playoff game, an AFC championship playoff game, bro, you could take the whole year off. I could give 10 fine fucks. You already proven yourself. I don't need you, dude. You're good. You're Gucci, my friend. I got you. Go have fun. Go to the club. Go do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. You got me at least to the AFC championship. I'm thrilled. That's what I am. Chat, no doubt says, hasn't Tua been in and out of the building for weeks already? He probably has. I know he was there today. I reposted it. And if you guys go and you look at my if you look at my social media, if you notice, I did go ahead and say I did repost and these people, Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, and it was to kind of prove what Cap for Life had mentioned about Frankie. These guys are coming up to these guys are actually coming out to the voluntary OTAs. So that was my point, because you got guys that have not won Super Bowls either, but have actually gone farther in the playoffs, and they're still showing up. And again, man, you might say that I'm reaching, you might say that I'm being picky about this, but it's the truth, man. I have the right to do this. We're Miami Dolphin fans. Look, Josh just finished telling me he almost gave up on the Dolphins, bro. You almost gave up on the Dolphins. Because that's how hurt we are with this team, man. It sucks, man. Josh, anything else you want to say before I let you go?
Not say thank you. No, thank you for being in the show. No, ain't cool. It's up, bro.
Hell yeah,
buzz. Let's go. It's up.
All right, brother. Let it bro.
Bye.
So I'm gonna bring you on, Cap. Let me try to get through the segment because I gotta bring Juan Carlos in as well. But let me try to get this back in here. Hold on a second, guys. All right, so let me try to get through this, and then I could bring you guys board. See.
I don't know, Frankie. I don't know if you know what the definition of a leader is, but
it's on the bottom right here, scrolling down. It's scrolling down, Big O.
Everything about him is leader. Everything.
Okay.
When a player is willing to do whatever it takes to be the best he can be, okay, like building up his body, he couldn't do it in OTAs. He had to go do it with Nick Hicks.
I building up his body is a sign of leadership. Building up his body is his priority, to go ahead and build his body because he doesn't want to get hurt out there. Again, I don't see how this is all cohesive with leadership. And on the bottom it says it. That's why I'm letting it, scroll on the bottom and keep running. How does that mean sign of leadership, dude?
Understand? So now he's working with John Beck to become a better passer a more agile passer because he understood he needs a little bit more mobility. That's what a leader does, Frankie and other idiots out there that are overreacting about missing a fucking stupid OTA. I mean, you people sound pathetic, bro.
Okay, I sound pathetic. I sound pathetic. I sound like a person that has been killing myself, hoping that the Dolphins are able to give me something to cheer about. And they finally have. And we're okay with just a playoff showing? I'm okay with just having them come and make it to the playoffs? That's okay? Yeah, nah. No, sir. No, sir. Sorry, man. Sorry that I'm a diehard Dolphin fan. Sorry that I actually care about this team and that I'm really into this team and that I really want to go out and voice my opinion. And there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism, whether it's voluntary or involuntary, bro. I don't care. I have the right to go ahead and say it because these guys they're getting paid. Not to mention that they're asking for a shitload of money. Come on, dude. Tyreek Hill gets paid how much? Teron Arthur gets paid how much? You don't think we have the right to complain? To bitch? Of course we can. We have the right. And it's not creating drama. It could be what No Doubt said, venting. That could be a point. Could be. Let's see. Let's keep going.
You're picking on Tua for missing a useless OTA.
A useless OTA. And again, to that question, I say, does it hurt him? Not going? Doesn't hurt him, right? Would it help him? Maybe. Definitely will do something. Definitely will do more than playing golf. That's for sure.
When he's doing something much more important.
Like playing golf.
He's actually improving himself all throughout the offseason. Yesterday, it was a golf tournament. Shit happens, dude. And these OTA days are missed by players all over the league. I've been doing it for 34 years. They have babies, they have weddings, they have family gatherings.
Very, very good point, Big O. Very, very good point. And I love it that you pointed it out. They have babies, they have family gatherings, they have weddings. Bro, 100%. Tell me on that list where golf lands. Tell me on the list the other guys that went ahead and put on probably stayed at their house and were sitting on the crib just watching TV. Where in that list is that? Tell me where that is. I like it. Golf is good for the soul sometimes. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go play some golf, bro. I play golf, but I actually like to play golf after I'm done with work. How about that? When I don't have to DJ, when I don't have my 9-to-5 job, I actually take time and play golf, which is something that some of these guys could have done. January, they lost, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, February, March, April. But yeah, I want to play golf first during the voluntary OTAs. Gotcha. I love it, baby. I love it.
They have professional commitments. They have important people in their lives that they have to go.
Important people. And this is what gets me upset. Jesus, it gets me upset. Important people. Nick Saban is important? This guy went ahead and freaking screwed us over. You're telling me that he's going to lose Nick Saban's relationship if he freaking tells Nick Saban, yo, I'm not going to go play golf, dude. I'm not going to go play golf. Dude, I'm going to go with my team. When is the next charity event, Nick? Oh, Tua, the next charity event is going to be in a couple weeks. All right, bro. See if I can make it. That's not, Nick Saban is not his daddy. Nick Saban is not his brother. Think I'm going to go ahead and give a damn because if I miss a charity event for Nick Saban? I care less about Nick Saban. I care about the Dolphins, man. Priorities, my friend. Priorities. Where do you put that?
Go whether it's a charity event, whether it's your former coach, whether it's maybe a big time teammate of yours or something like that, brother, that there are sacrifices that have to be made in life.
Oh, yeah, sacrifice. And then, and you want to know something? What's funny about this whole thing is that they didn't even have OTAs today. So we would have been avoiding this whole conversation if the charity event would have been today. Mm.
And there are relationships that you make throughout your history.
And you're gonna lose that relationship if you don't go to his golf charity. Gotcha.
Frankie, and you're tied to those relationships and those commitments, and they're like family. And Saban is like family to him, and he will do anything for.
He's not family to the Miami Dolphins. How about that, man? So you want to go ahead and preach and say, hey, family to him? Great. That's kudos for him. That's not Miami Dolphins, man. I care about Miami Dolphins. I don't care about Nick Saban. Tua Tagovailoa is part of the Miami Dolphins. So that's why I'm going to criticize him. Because if Tua would have been in another team, you wouldn't hear me talking about Tua. Do you hear me talking about Ryan Tannehill after he left?
Saban, and Saban will do anything for him. There is a symbiotic relationship there that you and I cannot relate to. But these gentlemen, hey, it happened to fall on this day of the OTA. It's not during training camp. It's not in the preseason where he's missing a game. It's not in the regular season. It's not important shit like that. It's an OTA in May. An OTA in May where you're doing nothing. Apparently, Frankie, Shaq Barrett just got here, and he's not at the OTA. Who else? Jonnu Smith just got here, not at the OTA. Kendall Fuller just got here, not at the OTA. Odell Beckham just got here, not at the OTA. I guess they're not committed to their profession.
Probably not.
I guess they must.
Maybe they take their talents for granted. How about that? Maybe they think that they're the hot shit and they don't need to go to every single training, even the voluntary ones. Why should I, man? I've been a baller all this time. That's what separates somebody who's great or good to somebody who is greatness. Keep going.
Must be incredibly unprofessional, right? I mean, that's kind of the way it is. When a player, all they do is show you leadership. That's all Tua has ever shown, leadership. He has
all the examples you're giving me have not been leadership experience examples. I'm just saying.
Has been the adult in the building more than some of the people that have been in the building.
I could agree with that. Because let's keep it real. Our owner hasn't been the best guy out there either, but it is what it is. Josh says, Frankie, what does LeBron and Nick Saban have in common? Yeah, they left us like if we were like their side chick, right? They said, screw you. They used us and they dipped. Assholes.
Because Flores wasn't showing leadership by backstabbing the front office and his owner and everybody else and his quarterback. And meanwhile, here's Tua.
Wait. So, and I know, Cap, you're back there. I'm going to bring you on. Give me a minute. Dude, you think you think Brian Flores is an asshole? Brian Flores is an asshole. Yeah. He's an asshole. But after everything that has happened, dude, everything he said is true. Everything he said is true. Sad. Still think he's a dumbass. But everything he said is true. We went ahead and we had the whole scandal with Tom Brady. What happened to us? We got caught. We had to lose some draft picks. Right? We went ahead and he mentioned about how the Miami Dolphins organization wanted a tank. We were all yelling tank for Tua. Was he really being a scumbag by going ahead and and calling people out. I mean, as a matter of fact, he called people out all the way till the end. So he literally kept his mouth shut. He could have been an asshole and he could have called them out at the beginning during the moment that shit was happening. Just saying, dude. He never believed in Tua. Right now, he's kind of 50-50 on that one, right? Don't you think? Have he won anything? What do we all criticize? Criticize Tua, dude. We criticize his ability to stay healthy, his ability to, he's a system quarterback, that he's a spot thrower. Probably the same stuff that Brian Flores was thinking when he had him under his wing. And yes, Josh, those two guys were both cowards as well. Just saying, man. Just saying.
Taking hits from everybody and never pointing fingers. That's leadership, dude.
You just pointed at me, dude. So you're not a leader because you're pointing at me, sir. Just saying.
The sad part is, Frankie, you know, you're old enough and, you know, you speak Spanish. Tienes pelos en el culo suficiente para saber.
Ay, papá. Ay, papá. Hold on. Let me bring that back. Porque él dijo que yo tengo pelos en mi culo, ¿verdad? Ok, espérate un momentico. I want to hear this again.
You know, you're old enough and, you know, you speak Spanish. Tienes pelos en el culo suficiente para saber.
Mm-hmm. Where else do I have hair?
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got enough hair on your balls.
Oh, my balls
You've grown
too.
up enough to probably figure this out yourself, and you still have it, and you're overreacting about a May OTA.
All right, Papa. Let me go into my Spanish response, right? Because you're bringing Spanish. Y yo soy colombiano, papá. So yo no me quedo callado tampoco. No solamente tengo pelo en el culo, en las pelotas, tengo pelo aquí en el pecho, tengo pelo en la espalda, tengo pecho aquí debajo. El único sitio donde no tengo pelo, desafortunadamente, es en la cabeza, porque se me fue. Y a lo mejor se me fue because of the Miami Dolphins. Because I'm so freaking panicking of what I'm going to get from this team every year. But you know what I do have? Which a lot of Dolphin fans don't have? The balls to stick up and criticize the fucking team and tell them, hey, look, man, you know what? Simple shit like this is the reason why we don't even win a fucking playoff game. Is the reason why we don't even have a team that half of the time they're all freaking injured. I have hair. You have plenty of hair. You know who doesn't fucking have hair? The Miami Dolphins. Why? Weren't you the one that called them frauds? Weren't you the same guy that says, hey, this team is the finesse team? Where are their cojones? Where are they, brother? You're calling me out because you want to tell me that yo soy, with all due respect, soy un marica aquí calling out the Dolphins because, you know, it's OTAs? I'm sorry, my brother. And to all you guys who don't speak Spanish, I'm telling you right now, we have the right to go ahead and bitch and complain about our team. We want our positive, yes. You listen to my to the channel. I've been all positive, giving this team 2 years because I've seen the growth. Now, where you at? Where you at, Dolphins? I'm a Dolphins season ticket holder, my friend. Those rates keep going up. They keep going up. And I'm dishing it out. So you can't come and tell me I'm a fraud Miami Dolphin fan because I'm paying for it. Inflation is up through the fucking roof, but yeah, I am there. Paying for my dog. And I'm not selling tickets, my friends. Telling you right now. I'm not selling my tickets. I'm there with my brother every fucking game, bro. Every game. And when my brother can't make it, you know who's coming with us? Either a friend or my dad or my mom. Carlos. So before you come and you preach about cojones, about pelotas, about hair here and there, Papa, understand one thing. We're Dolphin fans, my friend. We have the right to say whatever the hell we want. And if you don't agree with it, sorry. Deal with it.
And the rest of you idiots overreacting about a May OTA. I hope you sit back and realize you're an embarrassment. You're
An embarrassment. We'll be having this conversation again at the end of the season. I hope the Miami Dolphins shut my mouth. I really do. I know this segment has lasted, bro. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Before we move on, we're gonna talk a little bit about, the contracts and all that stuff. Cap, I know you're back there. I'm gonna bring you on board. I'm gonna remove Big O. Big O, thank you again. Again, all due respect, all love. Just responding to what you said. And I'll let the video end that way people can hear what was the last words.
pathetic.
I'm pathetic.
Okay?
You got me.
You're a joke.
I'm a joke. You got me.
All that guy does is anything and everything to be a better player. Can't be a better person. He's already there.
That I could agree with.
I'll never get there, but he's there.
That I agree with him. That I agree.
But I'm all right.
And Big O's a good person too.
I'm all right. I'm honest enough to tell you I'm not going to get there.
We probably won't be. Either one of us. Neither one of us. Chad, let me see what Chad wrote. Chad wrote, Frankie, I can ride it if he can't go too. I love and respect your opinion. Just for me, I think it's just too soon. But at the same time, when the bed, I can't argue it. Look, Chad, being honest with you, man, you wouldn't even see me talking about this if the Dolphins had done something better than what they've done, man. They haven't done anything, dude. I wouldn't even bring this up, to be honest with you. Right? Talk to me, Cap.
No, man. Hey, that was beautiful, Frankie. Yes, that was beautiful. And yes, the only hair that I want is to try to get the hair out of my back, bro. So if anybody knows where I can get hair, like nair in a can somewhere for cheap, let me know, please. And second, the only embarrassment, joke, and idiotic thing that happened, I don't think was towards you or towards me. I think it was towards the collapse last season. But I'm not even going to touch that. Let's move forward, because the same people that said that we were going to win the division if he was healthy last season, I don't see them anywhere. But you know what? I think both sides should play nice, because you know what? At the end of the day, this is a new season. You know what? I'm willing to, give the benefit of the doubt. And knowing what I know now about Jordan Love having the same representative as Tua, I'm not going to make a big stink about that either. You know what? And as far as me hearing about Trevor Lawrence might getting paid earlier, him being in the league less than those two guys combined, I'm not going to bring that up either. I say we just move forward now with the remainder of the season. We support whoever's here, and when they do show up, we'll support them as well. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about the logo, bro. I mean, I'm not here to point fingers right now. I'm just here to state the facts, like you, my friend, that we keep paying out the pocket and not getting back a return. And I don't really think it's fair for a fan base to try to hype up a situation that's really premature when this is supposed to be dealt with maybe next year, from what all the experts are saying, since the casuals don't really know what's going on. But I think for now, the gurus are 0-4 compared to the casuals. But we're not keeping score either. So, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, I'm here to, inspire growth and to learn, bro. That's why we always go to the Big O show. You guys get your Big O memorabilia. You get the... Bro, I want to get a chair. I want to get a domino table. We need to make that work, bro. So, I mean, if this thing doesn't work out in favor or whatever with the Dolphins, at least we're making a stand for the domino table, damn it. So, I mean, in that aspect, bro, like I said, man, it's the beginning of the season. I told you guys we were going to have fun when we lost to Kansas City. We have no choice but to have fun moving forward, man.
Of course, man. And if anybody doubts both me and Cap and Josh and any of us out there, man, dude, we go out there every freaking game. I mean, for the love of God, I went to Kansas City, negative 37 freaking degrees, like a lunatic out there with my brother and his girlfriend. People lost limbs out there, bro. We were out there. So if I'm able to, you can't come and criticize, Frankie, dude, like chill. Nah, man. I'm a Dolphin fan, dude.
No, I mean, when is it right, Frankie, for you or for me or for anyone else? Because we're not the majority or the minority anymore. We're becoming half. This is becoming a civil war to the point where you can't have a civil war without two halves. And unfortunately, this is getting to the point. And as someone who's, in the community and knows what's going on, I'm going to do my best to try to prevent from this getting even more uglier. Because when people were all in and things didn't go our way, they all disappeared. But I tell you one thing, you and me, we're still around. So at the same time, it's about inspiring growth, bro. Like, we're not here to bash, we're here to help. But at the same time, we're here to educate and to learn. But at the same time, when somebody tells you something, don't believe everything that you hear. Especially when we're talking about politics on the show that Orlando loves to do, which I love too. But I think he knows when somebody's trying to push a false narrative, wink, wink, jab, jab, I think you know the difference between right and wrong. So, I mean, like, at the end of the day, like I said, we're here to support the team, support the show. It's a streaming world now. There's no more cable, man. From what I hear, the NBA is disappearing on cable. The NFL is about to disappear on cable. I mean, streaming is where it's at, bro. The same way Big O talks about crypto, it's about streaming. Everything's changing, and you have to change out of your pocket with that change. That's what hurts.
Oh, yeah, because notice how they're coming at our pockets from left to right, my friend. Everything.
Yeah, bro, subscribe here. Subscription there. Chacho, dime cuando tu mamá paga más para que yo hago todo esto que tú quieres.
Dude, Cap, I need to bring you more often when my brother's on board, bro. I love having you on, bro. I love it.
Yeah, but we need to do this more often, bro. I told Sean too, bro. Like when wrestling starts like hardcore, bro, we're going all in too, bro. Like, this is the day and age where it's our time now, bro. It's our time, Frankie.
Macho, I love it, man. I love it. And I want you to know something, man. Cap and myself are Dolphin fans. We're hardcore Dolphin fans, and there's Dolphin fans that from all levels.
Yeah, man, shout out to the chat too.
Hell yeah. There's Dolphin fans from all levels. There's people that don't care. There's people who do care. There's people who are haters. There's people who are not haters. We're not haters. We're just here voicing our opinion. And sometimes that's what we need to do, because at the end of the day, we want this team to win. At the end of the day, all we want is for us to win. That's all we want, right? At the end of the day, that's all we want. Show us that you care. And I know it's OTAs, but like I said, man.
Yeah, I know it's OTAs too. It's not a big stink. But at the end of the day, if it's not a big stink, then why even have OTAs voluntary in the first place? That's because it's agent season. Let's be honest. And right now, the agents are trying to rush to get their guys paid first. We're not dumb no more, bro. The damage control ain't working. And that's something that Orlando should take credit for, because we're not that dumb, because we're getting educated by the Big O.
Yes, sir. Any last words, Cap, before I let you go?
Man, you keep doing you, Frankie. I appreciate your time. Everybody else up, man. Look, man, we're trying to inspire growth throughout the community. Big O gave us a voice, a platform. Frankie gave us a voice and a platform. Sean gave us a voice and a platform. Let's try to make this 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's all about the logo, bro. It's everything that's positive, not negative. But at the same time, don't be sheep.
I love it, my friend. I love it. Thank you, bro. Cap.
Love you, brother. Have a good night, everybody.
You too, brother. Take care, man. And with that being said, what's up, Juan Carlos?
What's up?
I know I brought you into this
whole man, I've been
drama,
hearing
right?
Drama has been going back, man. I've been on it.
It's been all this drama, man. All this drama for your mama, right? Pero you know what, Juan Carlos, thank you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. I know I wanted to bring you because obviously, you've been an avid listener as well, and I know you still a Miami fan. You still like the Miami Dolphins.
I love my city. I'm always gonna love the city.
So I like it.
I support any team of Miami. I mean, believe it or not, you would think that Florida, when calor que hace, we would, be that wouldn't even have a hockey team. The fact that we've even gone that far in hockey says a lot. Even though it's not a Miami team, but it's still a Florida team. But
bro, what are you talking about? Back in the day. So check this out. And shout out to the Panthers. They're up 1-0 end of the second period. Back in the day, the Florida Panthers used to play in the Miami Arena. So when we had John Van Breesbrook, Scott Mellenby, all these guys, they were all playing in the Miami Arena back in the day. When I was a kid, maybe obviously you're a lot younger than me, Juan Carlos, pero back in the day, bro, I didn't have cable. My dad couldn't afford cable. Or maybe he just didn't want to, but I think he it wasn't there for me. So how did I watch the Florida Panthers? Old school, baby. The radio. I would lay down on my bed. I would have the radio right next to me, and I would listen to the Florida Panthers. And I used to have my old school John Van Breesbrook shirt with the rats coming out, bro. That's how loyal I've been to Miami and Florida, my friend.
No,
I've been there.
Even my brother, when when he would just listen to his radio, even about the Marlins, back when it was just not the Miami Marlins, it was the Florida Marlins. Even back in the time, he would just listen to the radio the entire time. You no había nada de eso, you didn't have as much as what you have now. So,
and before we continue, because I know Big O had mentioned this is the last time I'm gonna say about Big O. He had mentioned that what do I see as a leader? And as a leader, I see a vision. I see somebody who has leadership skills has to have that vision to be successful and to lead a group of men to victory. And Tua does that. But when the moment counts, he hasn't done it. So that's why I could go ahead and judge him on his leadership. I feel he has to communicate. He needs to be more outspoken. He has been. We've seen him on Hard Knocks when he talks to Tyreek and when he talks to some of these guys. But he needs to be more outspoken.
Como te digo, I mean, at the end of the day, this, I know it's comparing apple to oranges, but I said it on the comment earlier before. How old is Tom Brady? El tipo está viejo con de carajo. He's old, right? And look at the impact he did to the Tampa. Look at the impact he did to Tampa, right? If that doesn't say anything, I don't know what to tell you. How long has been Tua been in Miami?
4 years.
4 years. You would expect for living up to the Tua hype, you would at least gotten a little further into the playoffs, not just being a first round exit every time. You want to see some improvement, something that is like, okay, this guy's actually putting this team in his back. He's passing them through all these rounds in the playoff. Even if you fall short before the Super Bowl, at least that guy has that ability to get to that point. People has been getting eliminated all the time.
He's improved. I'm not gonna lie, he has improved, but the system has improved. The system has improved around him. You had to bring in Tyreek Hill. You had to bring him Devon A-Chain. You had to bring him Raheem Mostert. You had to bring him a better offensive line. And I get it. There's no I in team, so he needs those pieces. But when you draft a franchise quarterback, you're going to have to be able to win with the best players on your team and without them.
Yeah.
And that's what Patrick Mahomes does. And you want to know something, guys? I'm going to tell you something. I've been watching Big O. I remember some of the Big O radio show back in the day. And when he first started the podcast, he mentioned something. He used to go and he could go on Ryan Tannehill. Because Ryan Tannehill was it was a developmental type of quarterback. You had to, teach him and learn him. That way he could get his shit together and have that. He wanted a franchise quarterback that we didn't have to put certain pieces in there that he could deliver. Isn't that what we've done with Tua? We've been putting more and more pieces on him, bro. And it just feels like what he spoke about years ago when we were drafting Tua. Yeah. And he was questioning Ryan Tannehill. It's the same thing we're doing with Tua, man. The only difference is that Tua has been a pocket quarterback his whole life, but Tannehill hasn't. But we still have the same thing. They're still plugging and putting pieces in to help him out. When you're a franchise quarterback, you don't do that, man. You have here and there, pero how much is enough? This is not the dream team.
No,
it's not the dream team, bro. And you're not gonna get the dream because it costs too much money.
At the end of the day, you obviously more about football than I do. I'm more of a basketball fan, but I still watch the Dolphins and stuff. I still see them play every Sunday when I get the chance. And it's to a point where, like you said, it's been over 50 years since they won a Super Bowl. ¿Hasta cuándo? Like, how long left? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a team that's just been around, since since the 90s or whatever the case might be. They've been around for a long time. Kind of the same thing with the Celtics. They've been in the league for, I mean, decades, man. They've been there forever. So at the end of the day, it's just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment.
Well, let me ask you this. Because this is one of the things I wanted to talk to you before we move on and talk about the Miami Heat. And it's going to kind of correlate one with the other. There was some video that was sent to me. Shout out to one of my boys, Big Al. He sent me a video of Speak. That's that show that happens on Fox, Fox Sports 1. And they were talking about Tua Tagovailoa and what he should do if he doesn't get his contract before the first game of the season. Now, Juan Carlos, I'm going to ask you, and I know, I just want your opinion because you're the casual fan. When it comes to the Dolphins, you're the casual fan. Remember I was telling you, hey, there's a different spectrum of fans?
Yeah.
You're the casual fan. You're not the diehard fan like me or my brother or anything like that. But that doesn't mean that you can't go ahead and voice your opinion.
Right.
Tua Tagovailoa, if he doesn't get the contract that he wants, right? If he doesn't get the contract that he wants, should he play the season or should he hold out, in your opinion?
At the end of the day, I think you should earn that money. And what I mean about that is, what have you really done for the entire 4 years been here, right? Like, same thing, a little similar with Jimmy Butler. We don't want to give him a huge contract. He's getting older. You get my point. So I think, the Dolphins, if he doesn't get the contract, I mean,
should he hold out?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. Now, why do you think he should hold out? Any particular reason?
It's just, to be honest, man, in my opinion, I just think we can't overpay these people or give them a humongous contract and nothing's being done around them. We're trying to build the chemistry in the team. We're still moving pieces around. Nothing's getting done. We're still getting blown out in the first playoff. So,
I mean, personally, myself, will Tua hold out? Would that mean that will he play game one if he doesn't, the first game of the season, if he doesn't get paid? I don't think Tua's going to do that. I think Tua is a very humble guy. Again, I don't want to go ahead and trash Tua's character because he's a stand-up individual. The guy is freaking amazing when it comes to how humble and how nice of a person he is and all that stuff. I mean, he's not like Dan Marino, who, like, when you go say hi to Dan Marino, he treats you like crap. So, and again, I'm not a big Dan Marino fan. I respect his talent. I respect what he did for the Dolphins, but that doesn't mean he was a nice person. Now, I don't think Tua's going to do it. I think Tua still plays because he needs to play. I think he's going to put all bygones. I think he's the type of person that won't let that make him affect him in a way. He's like, you know what? I'm still part of the team. I'm still going to be here. He has those tendencies, Now they're saying that he shouldn't play because he just had two of his best seasons. And Tyreek Hill might not be here next year, the following year. So Tyreek might be gone. And then you have more leverage. The Dolphins have more leverage to go ahead and pay him less. And maybe Tua's numbers are not the same this year. Maybe Tua gets hurt. We don't know that. And again, I'm trying to stay positive. So I'm not thinking, I don't want him to get hurt or anything like that. But I'm saying any of those things could happen and then it could affect them. So on that show, Speak, where Joy Taylor's in there and all that stuff, they actually say it. They say, hey, look, you want the player to get as much money. You want him to get paid because you never know what could happen, right? God forbid he gets paid, but then he's covered for life because he got a nice contract. It sucks for the Dolphins, but he got paid. Good for him. But at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to be Tua. And the Tua that I know is going to go ahead and be like, yeah, you know what? I'll play and I'll be out there. I will say this. I want Tua to get paid. Do you want Tua to get paid?
Yeah, I think a player should get paid.
Do you want him to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
No. I mean,
I do.
If you look at Patrick Mahomes, look everything he's done for that team. He's earned his contract. You can pay him what you want. He just won your Super Bowl last year. At the end of the day, why did we pay the big three in Miami?
Because we wanted to win.
Right? So what happened? Yes, maybe 2011 wasn't the best, and they won back to back, but they still won championships.
They
So
did.
heck yeah, that's what we're gonna pay them. But
That's
why
true.
pay a team? Look, it goes back to the leadership role, right? At the end of the day, it's up to who's leading the team. Is like, hey, we got to stop messing around. We have all these pieces. We've moved so many things around. It's time for us to get past this damn hump, because at the end of the day, it's just going back to the same back first round exit. And it's just how it is. And it's similar to Kobe, in 2009 when he won against the Magics, in 2010 when he beat, I think it was the Celtics, but when he won back to back championships, he was the leader of that team. He didn't have all these prime players. He was that go-to guy. He put that team, I mean, you've seen Kobe Bryant. He's stayed before games. He's come like at 4:00 in the morning. He's just been doing it.
The difference between greatness and somebody who's like good.
And here's the thing: it's not that Kobe's done it by himself. He's dragged along his other teammates, Paul Gasol and Ron Artest and all his teammates, brought them all into the gym and got to work, which will lead him to 2 championships. After Shaq, Tua needs to do the same thing with the Dolphins. Playing golf
to an extent, he has done it, but maybe not as much as we would want him to do.
But not playing golf, Frank. At the end of the day, yes, I get it. It's the off season. It's time. You want to spend time with your family and enjoy, obviously, the money you've made and all that. But at the end of the day, how committed you are to your job.
That is something that you say that stands out to me. You want to know what I'm thinking here? I'm thinking is how committed he is to the Dolphins. I know how much he's committed to the NFL. I know how much he's committed to the football. He loves football, but how committed is to the Dolphins? We all talked about how Tua might go ahead and take a pay cut to help the Dolphins out. Is he doing that? No. Come on, guys. He's not. He wants to get paid. And I go to him and I say, look, man, I want him to get paid. And I want him to be the highest paid quarterback for 2 reasons. I'll tell you why right now, guys. I'll tell you why I want him to get paid. All right? Number 1, Tom Brady was the best quarterback of all time. Yeah. That guy took pay cuts left and right. And when the time came, what did the Patriots do? Bye-bye. See you later. And he dipped. He had to go to Tampa. After everything he had done, they told him, hey, peace out. See you later, my friend.
And I get that. But at the same time as well, these big athletes are making money outside of football as well.
Good point.
They got sponsorships. They got Nike deals, Adidas, and whatnot. I mean, they're making a lot of money outside of football as well. And let's be honest here. These people are making buku money. We're not getting paid 20, 30, 40 million dollars. That's a lot of money.
Compare that lifestyle. That they want that lifestyle, bro.
I get that, but that leads to greed at the end of the day, Frank. You just want more.
Yeah.
And then what happens? You're gonna lead to your mind is so focused on the money. I gotta get paid. I gotta get the new Lamborghini. I gotta get a Bugatti. I gotta get this. I gotta get that. To upkeep your lifestyle, you're drifting away from the main purpose of why you're in the team. They're paying you all this money to bring a championship to Miami, and nothing's getting done. So money starts getting to you at the end of the day. So I'm a firm believer, that's just my opinion, that if you're going to get paid, if you want to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, you got to win. You got to earn that. Kind of like Patrick Mahomes done. Kind of like what Tom Brady has done. What have they done? They've earned those contracts.
I will say this, and to go back to what I was saying, the first part was, I wanted him to get paid because, eventually the New England Patriots just kind of said, screw you, Tom Brady, and move on. The second reason I want Tua to get paid, it's not only because obviously I want him to get paid, but I've been saying this the last couple of episodes. It's gonna light a fire on his freaking seat, bro. He's gonna have to deliver because there's no more. Hey, my bad. I made a mistake here. I made a mistake there. No, papa. Now you have to perform because you're the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. So
But
now the pressure's going to be even more on him. And then what's going to happen? It's going to be to the point where the Miami Dolphins are finally either going to make a decision and be like, you know what, Tua Tagovailoa, we made the right decision. He won us what we needed to win. Or number two, they say, hey, Tua, you're not the guy. We got to let you go, dude. It is what it is. Kind of like what we did with Ryan Tannehill. He wasn't the guy. We got to let him go. Same thing. It lights a fire to Tua's ass, bro. Hey, get the shit done. Or peace out. And you got paid.
And I get that, Frank. I totally understand that. But also at the end of the day, if you look at the mistake we've done with certain players in the NBA, giving them this contract, getting this payout, this big contract. Look at the contract they've given Bam Adebayo, and where has the team has been? Nowhere. They've been literally struggling to get into the playoffs. So at the end of the day, you're getting paid. You're getting all this money, but nothing gets done. ¿Hasta cuándo? So it's like como te digo, and they're getting paid. They're getting all this more money. Entonces, why are you gonna get more money if you're just getting the same results? At the end of that's my point.
Very good point, man. I agree.
At the end of the day, ¿para qué le voy a pagar? Why am I gonna pay this person, right, a certain amount of millions of dollars, which is a lot of money? These people make it seem like $50 million.
Study the market. Yeah. Well, but for us, it's millions. For them, it might be pennies.
Again, it's a lifestyle, but at the end of the day, bro, $50 million is $50 million. Not a whole lot of people make that money.
That's a very good point, man. And I don't see it that way because when I look at these type of contracts, I look at it as like, yo, they're setting the market, and that's what the market is going for. But dude, $220 million guaranteed. It's a lot of money, dude. For 4 years. There's people in their lifetime that don't even sniff a million.
You dissect that. Yeah. You're gonna realize you're gonna be like, bro, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
So we're paying and paying and paying and paying and paying, and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
So it's at the end of the day, guess what? Now, Dolphin fans are going to get disappointed. They're going to stop buying tickets. Some of them that are season ticket holder are going to stop that. They're going to just give up because they're investing like you were talking earlier. The
bandwagoners are gonna leave. Yeah, the true Dolphin fans are gonna stick around.
Well, here's the thing.
Chad.
There's some hardcore fans that are gonna be like, man, a lot of money that I'm putting into the season ticket holding, and you put in a lot of money. What are you getting in return but disappointment every year? Some fans will stay. Some fans are going to be like, "Pan carajo, I'm out."
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're going to go to another team, right?
But they just won't.
They're done with the team because
they'll just watch from home. Just watch from home. So now this is a good way to move on to the next segue, which is the Miami Heat. And I wanted to go ahead and bring up the Miami Heat because I wanted to ask your opinion. Now looking at what has happened, now that the Miami Heat got eliminated a couple weeks ago, and now looking at what New York and the Pacers did, and now looking at Boston and the Pacers and all this stuff, let me ask you something, man. If the Miami Heat would not have been in 8th place, let's say the Miami Heat would have finished in 7th place, do you think the Miami Heat would be in the spot that the Indiana Pacers are right now?
I still think it is going to be the same outcome, regardless what seed you're going to be. At the end of the day, Frank, everybody else got better. Look at everything Indiana has done to improve. Look at everything Orlando has done. I mean, for crying out loud, we're talking about a team that has barely made it to the playoff.
But hold on a second. Are you watching these games? Did you see what New York had to do and the Pacers had to do? And now you look at the Pacers who almost upset the Boston Celtics. Do you don't think this Miami Heat team had enough? Had they would have been in the 7th? If they would have been in the 7th spot, they would have never had to play Boston. You don't think they could have been able to beat Milwaukee? You don't think they would have been able to beat a New York team? In your opinion?
I think they'll probably win uh, a series. They'll probably win a series. They'll probably win. The first series, or very very hard of getting to the semifinals. And at the end of the day, whoever, if they do beat these teams, Frank, they still would have to face the Boston Celtics. I mean, they played the Boston Celtics. I mean, Cleveland got a win on the Celtics. I don't know. I haven't seen the series for the Pacers. I don't know. Have the Pacers been? How's the Pacers been against the Celtics right now? I've been busy with work. I haven't really been watching the
Well,
playoffs.
they played last night, and the Pacers choked at the last minute. They went ahead and they had the lead with, like, I don't know, like 5 seconds left on the damn clock, and then they couldn't throw the ball inbounds correctly. It ricocheted out of one of the Indiana Pacers players, and then maybe it wasn't 5 seconds, maybe it was like 10 or 15 seconds, and then all of a sudden the Pacers were the Boston Celtics were able to get the ball. They threw it to Brown, and Brown shot the game tying a 3-pointer to send the game to overtime, and then Boston won in overtime against the Pacers.
And how's the series then? Is it 1-1?
1-0. 1-0 right now. That was the first game. Last night was the first game.
Look, man, at the end of the day, they probably could have gone through New York or other team, but at the end of the day, you're gonna end up having to face the Celtics at some point, and the Celtics are already pissed about losing last year. So don't you think they're gonna be more pissed now?
But yeah, it goes back to what we were talking about, or what Jimmy's talked about. If Jimmy would have been healthy, maybe if we would have been, we probably would have been more healthier going into the Eastern Conference Finals by then.
Here's the thing, Frank. Yes, I get that, but Jimmy is not the type of player. He'll have games. He'll have games, obviously, where he'll drop 40 points and put the team in his back and score. He's not going to do that every game. I mean, he's good at some point, like we talked about earlier with the Dolphins. There's no iron team. If you look at the team before, you had Mark Struess, you had Gabe Vincent, you had man, the guy that had a really good playoff run. I forgot his name. Caleb Martin.
Well, Caleb Martin was still on the team.
Right, Caleb Martin. Yeah, he's still on the team, but he still did a lot better in that playoff than he did this year.
That's what I'm saying. If the Miami Heat by any chance would have just gotten in 7th spot or 6th spot, I think I see the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals and giving a run for their money to Boston. Because if this Indiana Pacers took them to overtime, then damn, dude, like, I don't see this being like a unstoppable Boston team.
But
And I know they got Porzingis hurt right now, but I don't see it as an unstoppable team. Which comes to tell me, hey, do the Miami Heat have to do a lot to get to there? I mean, the East doesn't look that difficult, dude. That New York team didn't look that great. That Pacer team doesn't look unstoppable. We all know that if the Pacers some way somehow upset Boston, which is possible. I mean, they should have won game 1. We know that technically Dallas or Minnesota, who's playing on the West side, they're probably going to win a championship. Now, anything can happen, granted.
Did you see how the defending champions got dethroned?
Yeah, but that goes to show you the talent over there on that West Coast side. The West side is way more talented.
That young guy from the Wolves.
Ant-Man, bro. Ant-Man. Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards he's a phenomenal player. I mean,
I mean,
at the end of the day, Frank, yes, could they probably made it to the Eastern Conference with Jimmy playing? Without Jimmy, no.
Oh,
No.
we found that out already.
It was-
We saw that. We lost in the first round.
Jimmy, maybe. Would that team have enough to beat a hungrier Boston? No. At the end of the day,
in that I disagree. I think we would have.
At the end of the day, Frank, when you lose some shit last year, you're gonna be hungrier the next year. You're gonna be pissed. Because at the end of the day, in paper, that Boston's is the most talented team compared to those two. Most of the team that makes the Miami Heat are D-League players. They're not these very talented players.
Wait,
So
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
uh,
Because Bam Adebayo got drafted. Tyler Hero got drafted.
these aren't talented players, Frank.
Jimmy Butler got picked up. I mean, he's not a D League guy. The only D League guys you could kind of say, I mean, Kevin Love is not a D League guy.
No, but if you look at Caleb Martin, if you look at
Caleb Martin was one.
Duncan Robinson,
Duncan Robinson, another one.
and so on. There's a backup center for Bam. I don't know his name. There's a lot of people that I don't know their name that came from the development league, that came from being undrafted. So I see what Pat's trying to do. He's trying to find a diamond in the rough, but
He is.
at the end of the day, you're taking a big gamble, because for you to find a player like that is very hard to do, and it's just got to be a Gededoga. You know what I'm saying? Like Tom Brady was one of the last draft picks, ended up being one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So the odds of that happening is very, very, very rare.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, in paper, Boston's more talented. In paper, Boston is supposed to win. So that's already pissing them off. They know they got the more talented players, and they still got beat by the Heat. Will the Heat be able to beat them again? Well, remember, Boston got better. Porzingis, I don't know if he's out or not. You said he was out.
Yeah, he's injured right now, yeah. They're thinking about him possibly coming back game 3.
Okay, him coming back. The guy wasn't a scrub in New York. He was a great player in New York when he was playing in the Knicks.
No, he was okay. He was okay in Dallas too, and then he made his way over to Boston. He's been okay. He hasn't been like outstanding either.
No, I wouldn't call him a superstar, no, but he's still a really good player.
Yeah, he's a really good player.
So he's been a great player in the Knicks. He's been a great player in Dallas. He's a solid dude.
All right.
Having Drew Holiday as well, and who's gonna give you some points. It's just a completely different team. This Boston team got better, and that's why they were in the first seed and not in the third or fourth or fifth. And I know you're gonna say, oh, but Milwaukee was in the first, and then they got beat by the Heat. Yes, but when it comes down to it, Boston's just hungry and gotten a better team.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
maybe next year for us.
Say that all the other teams got better. What has the team done to get better? Yes, they got Terry Rozier. He didn't play. I'm actually happy with that pick. Aside from that, what have you done? You missed an opportunity to get Donovan Mitchell. You didn't want to let go Tyler Hero. You didn't want to get rid of.
Whoa, wait, hold on a second. They did want to let go of Tyler Hero when they went after Dame Lillard. The thing is that Portland wanted more, and they didn't want Tyler Hero, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, but Donovan Mitchell. There's been some rumors that said that the Heat didn't want to give up Tyler Hero for Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, well,
that's what the rumors say. Now,
Hope
if
so.
that is true,
That's dumb.
That's a big L, because
Right.
I would literally give Tyler Hero for a bag of potato chips. At the end of the day, he's just not that guy, Frank. He's just not that guy. I mean, we've given him these times, and what has he done? His field goal percentage is really low. The guy's missed more shots than anything else. The guy's turns the ball over a lot. The guy has no defense.
All right, now that you mentioned Tyler Hero, Cap for Life did ask you this question earlier. He says, Juan, is it true that Jimmy's selling his house to Tyler Hero? Is it true, sir? Is Jimmy selling his house to Tyler Hero, sir?
I do know that Tyler Hero's rumors say he's selling his house.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that he is selling his house.
Rumors around that Cleveland also is interested in acquiring Tyler Hero, and
I don't know about all that, but maybe, hopefully.
It's some rumors. I don't know if it's fan made or not, but
yeah,
they got some interest in Hero and some other player. I don't know how true that is, but if that's the case, I wouldn't think twice. I mean,
I got you.
Duncan Robinson. That's another.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll talk a little bit more Miami Heat next time. I do want to go ahead and talk quickly on the Florida Panthers. As of right now, just to give you guys a quick update, the Florida Panthers are still up 1-0 on the Rangers. They're in the third period with like about 13 minutes to go in the game. So shout out to the Panthers that they're still holding strong and they're still trying to take game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. This will be a big help for the Panthers because if the Panthers are able to win tonight, that means they take back home field advantage. Although the Panthers are very good on the road. So hands down, I'm really excited about how the Panthers are playing. I do want to go ahead and try to catch the last couple minutes of this game if that's possible. I know this stream has been going a little bit longer than I expected, but it's been so good, right? We've been talking about the Dolphins and the Heat, and then we even talked about NXT. But with that being said, I know we gotta end the show soon. So the last couple things I wanted to mention, and I want to reiterate, there's two things I wanted to talk, which was also on the actual title of the podcast is Tyson Fury and Man City. So number one, Juan Carlos, Man City. I don't know if you tune in too much about it, but Man City was competing for the English Premier League. They actually won it, and it's a great achievement for them because they finally have achieved something that nobody's ever achieved, which is won 4 straight English Premier League. So in the whole title, the whole team, they made it to number 1 4 years in a row. So shout out to them. Very, very impressive. Another thing we wanted to mention is Inter Miami. Inter Miami had a solid win this past week. They went ahead and they beat DC United. It wasn't by a lot. They beat them 1-0, but Lionel Messi got the job done. Campana was able to score. So shout out to the Inter Miami team that was able to deliver. And then finally, what I wanted to ask you, Juan Carlos, is Tyson Fury. Now let me ask you something before we end the show, because we're going to end it very soon. Talk to me, man. Do you know who Tyson Fury is? Do you know who he is?
Boxer.
Of course. So Tyson Fury this past week, he was fighting in Saudi Arabia.
I saw that. I saw that.
And his cocky ass was so cocky out there.
Yeah, I saw that. He got rocked.
That he got rocked. So this guy, and forgive me if I butchered his name. His name is Alexander Usyk. I believe that's his name. And he freaking beat him, dude. He beat him down. Like, he literally knocked him out.
Oh, yeah. No, he was wobbling, dude. He was bouncing all on the ropes and everything. And the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you, the ref kind of helped him because, believe it or not, the ref had to get in.
Yeah. It was a great fight.
Boxing is a big sport in Cuba. So I follow a lot of boxing and the Miami Marlins. I mean, I know, we
don't talk too much about the Miami. We don't talk about the Miami Marlins that much. The only time we talk about the Miami Marlins is when they win us free whoppers. Sure, free whoppers is when we go ahead and we enjoy. They're not. I don't think they're playing. I don't think they're playing at home right now. I think they're playing away.
You would think a team like that would be good at all.
Sure, just thank you for, sir. You know what, Juan Carlos? You just, bro. We all of us tuning into the podcast. Let me talk to you. We owe Juan Carlos a big round of applause. The Miami Marlins won today against the Milwaukee Brewers 1-0 at Lone Depot Park. So what does that mean? Tomorrow, if you guys want a free Whopper Jr. here in South Florida. Now, I don't know. Juan Carlos, I don't know if you could do it in Pensacola. I know you're in Pensacola. Maybe you could get away with it. I don't know yet. But maybe you could do it. I hope you can. If you have the Burger King app, you will get a free Whopper Jr. Every time the Marlins win. Yes, tomorrow. So every time the Marlins win at home, you get a free Whopper Jr. You got to get it from the app. So I think maybe, just maybe, Juan Carlos, I'm not sure. If you download the Burger King app and you look at, I think if you put your profile, you might put you could probably put a Miami address. Probably put my parents' address or your old address. Hey, maybe you can still get a Whopper Jr. over there in Pensacola, because I know you're in Pensacola.
Funny thing is,
that would be funny.
I still got my Miami address on my CDLs.
There you go. And go right now, no doubt. Just mention it. And so did Chad. The Panthers up 2-0. It looks like we're going to take that W over there in New
Hey,
York, man.
I'm very surprised with this Florida Panther team, man. For a team that is not known for cold sports, for the Panthers to get that far, man, that's very impressive.
Hey, man, that organization has turned it around, dude. They brought a lot of good
Yes,
players. I'm a
I'm
big
just shocked, man, because what do we know about snow and playing hockey? That's not our national sport. That's, we play hockey, but the fact that we probably gonna go back to the finals.
hell yeah, man. I mean, I'm a big fan
Great.
of. I mean, I've been a big fan of the Florida Panthers for many years, dude. I mean, I used to follow when Pavel Burry was part of the team, and like I was telling you back in the '90s when John Van Breesbrook, Scott Mellenby, all these guys were a part of the team. That was the moment, and it's good to be part of the Florida Panthers again because they have really good players. Barkov is out there, Kachuk is out there. There's so many good players that the Panthers have invested and have done the right moves, and it's a good time. It just sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It just sucks right now. If you're trying to look for Florida Panther tickets, it's really expensive, man. And I think the reason that they're trying to push that it's very expensive is because they're playing the New York Rangers. So there's probably a lot of New Yorkers who moved down from New York down to Miami and South Florida. So now they're like raising the prices like crazy, which sucks, man, because us Florida Panther fans, we want to go. I mean, I live down south. I live all the way in Cutler Bay. So if my drive to go to Sunrise, it's not 20 minutes. It's a
Oh,
long ass drive, bro. For me, it's like about an hour and 20 minutes. So I have to drive my way all the way up there. So,
I've never been to a sport.
oh, so it looks like they called it off. Apparently, something must have happened. So it just sucks. So I think we're still back to 1-0. But hey, man, we still have that lead. So that's all that matters. But yeah, man, you definitely have to go. And I've already mentioned this before in the previous podcast. You have to go to a hockey game. Number one, because it's the Florida Panthers have done an amazing job when it comes to like the pregame and all that thing, bro. They have like all these things going out there. They have like a deck club outside where you could go drink and all that stuff. It's really nice, dude. And then on top of that, shout out to one of the DJs, of course, the Florida Panther DJ Genesis. He's a good friend of Memo. He's a good friend of mine. He shows his love all the time. Shout out to him. He's always rocking it over there at the Florida Panther games. And dude, it's just fun. It's a great atmosphere. It's cold as hell, so you got to bring a sweater. Make sure you
Yeah,
bring a sweater.
I've never been to a sporting event. No basketball, no NBA.
What? I gotta take you, bro. At least I gotta take you maybe to a Dolphins game. That way you can come and check it out. So whenever my brother, but I know you're in Pensacola, so it's a little bit rough. But whenever you're in town, I'll see if I could bring you to one of these events, even a wrestling event. Remember I told you last time the CCW
And
every Saturday.
I've been a WWE fan or just wrestling fan since I was a kid, man. I
Hell yeah.
don't watch wrestling now just because the only time I watch wrestling is when the old school wrestlers go back, like Randy Orton, you know.
Randy's still around. The
Yeah,
Rock,
that's
the
the only
Rock, the Rock was around.
The Rock. But like man, I look at the roster, man. I see a whole bunch of new people that I have no idea who they are.
That's true.
And
It
it's
is a little bit hard to
I'm
get
from,
back into.
we're from a different generation. This is a
True. Yeah.
a different generation that's watching this wrestling. Not my cup of tea. I like my old wrestling, but it'd be pretty cool to attend.
I'm
to it.
telling you, man. There's a lot of good talented wrestlers out there that I'm pretty sure if you just take 10 minutes, if you go to a live show, I bet you'll get invested again because you'll be like, damn, I missed this, and you watch. That's how it started with me, man. I went back to a live show. I went to one of the AEW, the first AEW event after COVID. I went to it and I just got sold. And I was like, man, wrestling, I gotta love it. And then I just started tuning in again to WWE, and then I just started focusing on like every wrestling and New Japan and TNA and all this stuff. And then I met Sean, and then Sean brought me on board. And dude, it's just been a wild ride meeting people at CCW, everything, even the podcast. Like I told you, I might not be the most expert wrestling person out there to give takes, but I can tell you one thing. I'm a diehard wrestling fan right now. And if you go ahead and you tell me, hey, Frankie, let's go to a wrestling event, you let me know. Or
I'm
just tell
down.
me the time and the place, and I'm out there.
I'm down, man. Even like I've heard UFC events are brutal when you're watching.
UFC events are not bad. The only problem about UFC events is that if you're not sitting close, it kind of sucks because the
Yeah,
cage kind of gets interfered. So it's kind of hell yeah. I see
But
no
when you're
doubt.
sitting in that front
Risk
row
of
and
that.
you're watching somebody get dropped, and
Yeah, but
the crowd goes crazy, that's
you gotta be making that tool money that he wants. You want to send that around. Unfortunately, you and me don't make that tool money like
no,
that
we don't.
either. We do
Man,
we do okay, but we're nowhere
okay,
near to what.
we're working class, man. That guy's just millionaire status, man. That guy's
Yeah, yeah.
making.
We're busting our asses left and right trying to pay our bills. We're
But,
not.
yeah, we don't make not even a fraction of Tua's salary, but
I wish.
that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I said about Tua, man. To maybe to him, $200 million is not enough, but to us, man, we'll be happy with 10 million.
Hell yeah. Dude, I'll be happy with just a million. Every time I go to a casino, every time I go to Hialeah Park Casino with my mom and my dad, because I go with them every once in a blue moon. I'm like, yo, let me go to the casino. Dude, you don't know how much I pray for just to get that jackpot that's like $10,000. That's
Shit,
all I want.
your sister had to stop me, man, because I was gonna put in more money. And the funny thing is, when we were at the Hialeah Casino, uh, I was gonna go withdraw more money, and your mom was teaching me how to because I didn't know how to do it. And Paola busted us. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm
Dude,
like,
I'm telling you, my mom and my dad, it's so funny. So, and I know we're going a little bit over the time limit. And I know you guys, some of you ladies or gentlemen don't care about this, but whatever. We're still talking here. Um, my friend Big Al, he was DJing at the Mikazuki Casino because he DJs there from time to time. And then I told my friend Big Al, I'm like, yo, dude, I'm gonna say what's up to you, swim by and all that stuff. And for you guys who are not from South Florida, Mikazuki is kind of like on the far west coast of Miami.
yeah.
So then all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, but guess who's coming well? And he's like, who? I said, my old folks, my mom and my dad. And they're like, he's like, okay, cool. And then after he was done, he probably finished at like around 1 o'clock. My parents showed up at like 12:30. And then my friend Big Al was like, Frankie, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do now? I said, yo, I'm gonna stay here with the old folks playing casino. He's like, wait, your old folks are staying playing the casino? I said, yeah, man. I said, until what time? Dude, my old folks have stayed until 5 o'clock in the morning playing at the casino. This is a routine, my friend. He's like, are you kidding me? My parents are sleeping right now. I said, your parents are not my parents. My parents are legit. My parents are gonna go out. They're gonna go to the casino, and then after we're done playing the casino, we're either gonna hit up a Denny's. We're gonna hit up I don't know, like
Chico.
any this restaurant by like this it's a little hole in the wall, but in Hialeah there's a place called Dia y Noche where the prices are like cheap as hell. So we always go there to get a pan con bistec or get. I know we're not supposed to be eating that late, but whatever. But yeah, man, I make it a trip when I hang out with the old folks. I love my old folks. I love my family. That's why when you take days off from work, when you take days off from voluntary OTAs, it should be to be with your family. It should be to be with your siblings. I don't know if I could say golf is in that list as a priority.
No,
Sorry, bro.
no,
Sorry. And I don't care about Nick Saban, so sorry. But Juan Carlos, bro, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna let you. We're gonna go ahead and end the show because obviously, dude, we've been going at it for 2 hours and 23 minutes, and I miss my brother, but you guys, bro, you guys have been amazing. You and everybody in the chat, no doubt. Chad, freaking Cat for Life making a guest appearance. I love it, bro. I need you to come back more often. You were a vibe. Josh, you guys all participated today. And it just makes me just brings a big smile in my face because you guys have done it. Steven was here earlier. Memo was here earlier. Dude, all you guys, man, everybody on X, everybody on Twitch, everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to just, dude, whatever you guys do for me, man, and for my brother, even though he's not here today, and for Juan Carlos. Maybe I have Juan Carlos. Maybe Juan Carlos. I'm gonna try to bring you more often, bro. Like I love having you and your takes as well, man. And not only Juan Carlos, anybody who wants to be here, dude. Look, man. I'm like I told a lot of people, man. I'm an open book, bro. If you want to come and talk, dude, let's talk, man. That's what we are. We're a community. We're a family. This is what we do. Let me talk to you. Is hey, I want to talk to you. I want to just have a good time. And if we're gonna talk about anything else, we can. All you gotta do is just tell me, Frankie. Hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. And I'm down. Juan, talk to me, bro. Anything else? Anything you want to plug? Anything in particular you want to mention or anything before we head on out?
Oh man. So I know, the whole Tyson and Jake fight.
Is that's coming up next month? I
That's
think.
yeah. It's they're making a big thing about it. Who are you taking?
You know, if you really want my opinion on the Tyson Jake Paul type of vibe, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want Tyson to win. I want Tyson to win, but I have the feeling that this is all gonna be like
rigged.
Yeah, I just don't see it where Tyson's gonna win.
You
I
see
think
those training videos of Tyson, man? That man still got it.
he does.
Now, if is he gonna be like screw the money and just actually wanting to beat him, or is he gonna take the money and just?
I mean that's the only thing that Mike Tyson can sometimes be a wild card. He could just. I mean, the guy has put a huge tattoo in his face. He bit Evander Holyfield. He bit Evander Holyfield's ear a couple years ago. So he's such a wild card that I don't know. Maybe he goes out of his way and be like, screw it, I'm gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna knock him out. I hope he does that.
I mean, yeah, I hope he
that's
does.
what I want. That's what I want. I want it to be fun and entertaining. So as long as that happens, that's all I care about.
I think the last thing I wanted to say about the Heat before we go, because I know we've been too long about it, but I think a quick summary. I think the Heat should get a really good, decent center to play that position. I think they need to make some moves. If they got the opportunity to acquire another great player like Donovan Mitchell and pick or other solid players, I think the Heats might have a chance of getting back to the finals and win everything. But they got to change. They got to improve. Not just sit there and just tirar la carta and just hope that this team is going to do the same thing. But
absolutely. Juan Carlos, thank you, brother, for being part of the show today. Everybody who tuned in, once again, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. If you guys didn't catch the live and you get the replay, please, please, please do me that favor. Hit that like no matter what. Even if you take 2 minutes of your time and just skim through it, just hit that like for me, please. It helps the algorithm. It helps myself and my brother grow the podcast. And then we could have you guys come on board and talk Dolphins, Panthers, Marlins if they actually win, like with the Whopper Jr. I don't mind talking about them.
It's a Miami team. I hope they win. I mean,
everything. And then of course wrestling, boxing, de todo, bro. And English and Spanish, lo que sea, in French, whatever. In Chino, anything. But thank you, Juan Carlos. Thank you, everybody. Until next time, we will see you next week. Let me talk to you, episode 27. Peace out.
Let me talk to you.
The biggest icon in wrestling.